to bring to you this copyrighted telecast of the 1996 P1 Grand Final live from Adelaide Oval. The match we played between the Adelaide University Blacks and the Edwardstown Towns. And without further ado, let's join Matthew Warren as he mingles with the masses, getting the goblins of the club geniuses on the handheld rotation.
Speak LA.
Oh, Matty Warren, sensational, mate. Great to see you. Oh, sorry, mate. So we'll take
go today?
Mate, we'll win by about 6 to 8 goals.
6 to 8 goals?
Yep, yeah, 6 to 8 goals.
Well, why do you say that?
I think our fitness, we've got that, that week's break before the second semi-final, that just didn't do the boys well. Now they've come out and beat Kilburn, they put it on the line with them 32 points. I just think that they needed that game under their belt, and they don't rate Edwardstown too highly, I don't think, so no. They worried about playing Kilburn in the grand final, so they didn't win in at half-time with a lead in the second semi-final, and I think the boys thought, hang on, all we've got to do is go out in the second half and just take the game. We'll just be there, just sit up on a plate for us. It didn't work that way. And I think the boys learnt from that, and they come back last week, and I think that's really holding them in good stead for this game. 6 to 8 goals, Matty.
I think they're going to fucking shit at 10. On last week's performance, they'll win by 50 points. Not afraid of Edwardstown then? No, they're soft. Where'd you get that sunglasses? I think it was the Clever Dicks on King William Road, just around the corner. Is that okay? Just guessing, eh?
Oh, I'm just guessing, yes.
What number on King William Road?
I think it was 132.
132? They're secret.
I was right next to Paradiso and Bacante, you know, where I hang out, you know.
Yeah, but you're Greek,
oh, yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It all blends together in this
Oh, it does. Look, you know, well, Australia's a multicultural society these days.
Who he's working for in the reserves?
Oh, they're handling Greece. It's the Greeks, surely. Shit. Me fare só para polir.
Brexit.
Excuse me.
Best looking guys.
Well, that's pretty obvious.
In the A's today.
In the A's.
Who can park his shoes on your bed?
Tommy Cats.
Tommy Cats. You like the Greeks? Look, Midge. Look. That's my living upstairs. It's not open. Come on, back. And you've got to give it right and just stand wide. All right, I'll bring the pliers back.
There you go. Do you want? I'll just cut a length off.
Yeah. Right, can we just get a quick look? What's the move?
Oh, it's fairly light. The guys are pretty calm, pretty looking pretty confident.
Good, relaxed.
Yeah, very relaxed.
Present.
Coaches are starting to get a bit warmed up. Yeah, just a little bit. We just got to just keep a lid on the guys. That's all. But oh, you know,
it's second boss.
Naturally.
Are you okay? Not injured like half-eaten?
No, but it's becoming a bit infectious, the half-eaten hamstring. I'm sort of starting to feel twinges now. I don't know, but I won't have to move too quick today, so I don't think I can. I think I'll get through the game without doing the hammy. It's Cam. It's nice hair.
There's a lookout. Sorry, Cam.
That's it. Players only.
Oh, it's a motion.
And unfortunately, no cameras. No further.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Good luck with the rest of the game, mate.
Yeah, thanks, bro. What's the difference?
Well, there's really been no difference except Tuesday night we had a pretty quiet night.
Right.
And then, because we had a hard game last week, and then Thursday night we upped the tempo a little bit, only trained for about 20 minutes and did some pretty hard circle work, first give stuff, and the boys were good at it.
Yep.
So I would expect a pretty good performance out of the guys today.
What's their fitness? It's quite warm today.
No, it's good.
Good for us?
Yeah, it's good. Been good all year. So.
So what's special about a grand final? What do you do to switch it on?
The passion switches them on. That's it. They've just got to have the passion for it. They've got to understand that they're good enough, which I've tried to tell them all year that they are. I think they're slowly starting to understand now what they've really got in the way of footy ability. And they've just got to have some passion for it now and just understand the fact that what wins it is their ability to switch themselves on and just keep going all day.
Yep. Do you believe they can do it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I've no doubts. I've no doubts whatsoever. As I said, if we're prepared to play the way we did last week against Kilburn and dictate the terms of the game, I've no doubts we are good enough and we'll beat Edwardstown today.
Anything to watch for? What's been watched for in the first quarter? Is there a key player playing well?
No, I don't think this year we've had some pretty good players that, 3 or 4 that have done some really hard things for us and some good work around the ground, but the basis of it is that we've got a very good team. You know, the 21 guys that are playing today are the best that we can put on the field today, and I've no doubts they'll do the job.
How's it going? What a sensational road of reporting effort this is. Can you a very good feeling? Very, very good. Have you heard the report on the timekeeper though?
Oh, look, you must be nervous about it.
Well, it's the second week in a row that he's done the hamstring. Yeah. And you just... You
can't carry that.
Well, he's just got stairs to climb today and buttons to press.
Yeah, I mean, look, chamber. Did you think about it during the week?
Well, it did cross our mind. Oh, here's trouble. Here's trouble.
You okay?
Personally, but no, I'm 100%. I've had a wax this morning.
I noticed the game was very close.
Yes, it is. I shaved both ways this morning to get the full aerodynamic effect. Only on grand finals.
Have we got? We're naming a sort of 20-second timekeeper in case an emergency.
No, he just has to do the job. No, we can't have anyone else. Can't have anyone else.
Well, that's the uni school.
Well, there's nothing. Just has to do it.
It's fine.
We may have to carry him. We may have to carry him to the control room, but he just has to do the job. Parks.
Obviously, it's got you worried. So.
Well, it has. The thing I can just see it now. The opening bounce grand final. Leo holds the ball in the air. Silence. Half on the way to the control room. It could be just a shambles at the start of the contest.
I hear there's concerns about your injury.
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
That's right.
Are you the secret?
I'm the secret.
How is the injury?
Extremely painful.
Yeah. Will you make up the sense before? Time to start the game? When are you going to leave?
When we run the premiership.
Okay, not before. So you
Not
could be here,
before.
what, a couple of years, you think? Or you think you'll leave this afternoon?
I'll leave this afternoon. This game's in the bag.
You're off to the box now, I guess.
No, I'm off to right there.
Yeah, he'd be on the break.
I'll tell you what, if the coach wouldn't back him, we're in trouble.
What's going to happen today?
I hope the boys would win, set it up comfortably early.
I mean afterwards.
Afterwards.
See it.
Roy and HG will be back.
They played much worse than they played in the second semi, so...
They played pretty well last week.
Right.
Look at that, cooking.
He's trying to sell me the winning ticket here.
No, he's not going to do that. I already bought it. Who's going to win today, Mr. Todd?
Uni, the Blacks.
Oh, they were going to piss.
Yeah, well then I'll go and have one too. Thank you.
Why is that? What's your feeling?
Well, I just think that we'll be overall too good. Yeah, all over the field. Because the bigger over we can run. There.
Hotel medal has been won by Marcus Trimbolli of the Ross Trevor Football Club.
Dashing Eagle couldn't pick up a 30 glass.
Marcus is 22, has just completed his second season with Ross Trevor. He plays up to the centre and on the ball and has caught the eye of the umpire, obviously, with his skills. Ross Trevor College is 91, his first season from the first 18, recruited by Sturt, played 30 league games. And seconds up to 94. He's a school teacher.
Ask him, actually. Oh, it's a shot! It's six. It's on the ground. It's a 6. It's Happy, 6 now. Happy on Jules. What a complete day. Amazing bowling.
Of Salisbury Central Football Club. As a teenager, Joe was hit by a train, breaking his back. And after 5 years of rehabilitation, Joe wanted to play football. So he played 3 seasons at Salisbury West, retired for some years, then came back again this year and ended up winning the medal. Great effort. Congratulations, Joe. The A7 Ray Murray medal has been won by Marty Martinovic Football Club. Marty has definitely been around a long time. He's 39 years of age and is a player-like member of the Riverside Football Club. He's played a total of 297 games and on St. Paul Union Very skilled player, which obviously shows winning the medal.
So I say it's going to be best.
Three best players from this side of the football club.
Don't you wish you were out there, Maury? Don't you wish you were out there?
Excellent.
Malcolm played over 200 games.
Here for the chicks. The second.
Matt, how are you going?
You nervous?
Do I look nervous?
You always look a bit nervous.
No, I'm very, very happy to be here today, Matthew.
That's really good, isn't it?
How about my balloon? You haven't commented on that.
I can't see it. That's a really good balloon, mate.
Hey? Good balloon?
What was your preparation last night for miles?
Nothing special at all, and that's why I'm not all that happy. Non-treatment last night, a bit upset. There's no rules that I'd like to share with you today. I had to say no comment.
Relationships and sex and things like that.
All of it's not on. I had to put it all on hold.
So you're a bit telling.
Can you tell? Is it really that obvious? There's so many things I could say, Matthew, but I really should keep it under my hat.
You should till afterwards.
Number one, Grant Moles. Number one, the team.
They're going to win. They had better win.
You've given up so much.
So much. I've given up so much that you would not believe. If they don't win, I'm in serious trouble. But if they do win, I'm also in serious trouble, but that's another story.
Okay, we'll leave that for now.
Beating.
Talk us through the banner, Greg. What were some of the highs and lows?
A few problems I've incorporated was the little bits of gravel on the carport floor, sticking to the sticking tape, and makes it very hard to be adhesive, but layer and layer of sticky tape. I'm worried that it's not going to be enough, but I'm also worried that it's going to be too much. They won't be able to break through it, but...
it's pretty strong then?
Well, I hope so, yeah. Mind you, it's not raining, so it's a good day for it.
Let's see, just see what it says. It's Bob Neal. Okay, and 1906 to 1996.
Our 90th year.
The black AUFC.
There was room for another little gesture of we played for dash, not for cash, but ran out of white paper because we got no cash.
Now you've done this a week, haven't you? But you drive a Porsche. Can you walk us through that one?
Actually, that's incorrect, Matty Warren. There's no truth to that rumour. I actually drive a Mini Moog.
Oh, is that right?
Very pleased. So that actually is Bob Neal's Porsche.
Oh, he just lends it to you. He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Bob is a good bloke. He's pretty trusting, so yeah.
So you're like the cheer squad. This is the cheer squad.
Hello, how you going?
Oh, there's Atho.
That's right.
You've got a CD, right?
No, I've gone back to Chocker.
Okay, we'll
He's got yours. That's cool.
Okay, so and you got all the guy ropes and everything set up because it's going to be pretty, you know.
Yeah, we've got reinforced steel guide ropes.
Hang on, here we go. Here comes Edwardstown.
Here come the clowns.
Yes.
Time the lifting. Good, that bit. Good.
Hold it up.
Hello, good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Adelaide Oval. This is Doug Hayward welcoming you all to the 1996 Premier League A1 Grand Final here, as I said, at Adelaide Oval in perfect conditions. There's a light northwesterly breeze blowing across the ground. The soil is in terrific nick. There's been rain during the week, but it hasn't rained for 24 hours. The centre square has been covered. Les Burdett has done another terrific job with that, and everything is in readiness for a fantastic game. The big news for the University Blacks today is that the Crown Prosecutor, Ian White, has come up fit. He passed the fitness test last night. He is out there today. He'll be playing in the back lines, running around in his two little stumpy legs, the way he does in a very special way, no doubt, today, and we look forward to his performance. And he and the ambulance chaser, Robert Lynch, will be the stalwarts of the back lines today. A magnificent game ahead of us, starting in 1 minute's time, and with me today coming up will be T-shirt Bryson, and working the Panasonic in a very magical sense is Rainman Gogol.
Well, everything appears to be in readiness for the start. University have lost the toss and will kick to the southern end of the ground into a strengthening breeze. Mark Wallace, Chris Pascoe and Andrew Watson are on the bench in the first ruck, and the first quarter will be led by Miles High, Dog Muir and Simon Tamke. We pick up the commentary 90 seconds into the game.
There's the tap again, and I think there'll be another bounce as the umpires do that extraordinary 270-degree arc to get to the actual centre of where the game's being played. It's no score. We are exactly 1 minute into the first quarter, and we are at the P1 Grand Final, Adelaide University v Edwardstown, in perfect conditions. There's the kick out, through goes the ambulance driver, the kick off the ground finds Chapman, beautiful little handball, this finds O'Day, and O'Day will look for Ferre, doesn't find him. Bubba, was he pushed? Yes, says the umpire, and first free kick of the game will go to Todd Ferguson, who was absolutely sensational last week in kicking 8 goals, 3 in treacherous conditions at Alberton Oval. Into the wind, he was marvellous in every sense of that word, and here he is now 45 metres out. He'll kick from 50, as Bruce McAvaney would say. He's going to have the wind going across him, and the kick is a peach if it gets the distance. It doesn't. Goal square over the top, 1 point, and University lead the grand final. Back in the centre of the ground from the kick out, Edwardstown a chance. It looked like a little flick pass out there. Free kick going to Edwardstown, taken by Stevenson. He goes out to the half-forward flank. They come back inboard, and now their first real go at the goals. It goes to full-back, and Bonner in control back there. He has Muir out wide. He kicks to no one in particular, certainly not from the University side viewpoint. Beautiful tackle by Roberts Thompson. That really was fierce and competitive right from the word go, and that would have been a shock for the number 2 player of Edwardstown, Tui, because he would have regarded the one of the early favourites for the Fitzner medal as unlikely to pull that off. Rodiger has a big solid go at the ball. Out comes Edwardstown. They go forward to the half-forward line. Bonner will have the big thump behind. Roberts Thompson again a chance, ducks the chutney, and the chutney will pick up a free for what was a pretty crude attempt at the ball. Roberts Thompson seems to be playing a little bit backward of centre in these opening minutes. He goes the short pass and finds Tamke just backward of centre on this members' side of the ground. He'll find May, and May just give the boys a chance to get together and work this out. To Dixon, playing up the ground, looks like. Here's the man, the Crown Prosecutor. Looked like he was tackled without the ball, and he'll take the free. An injury cloud all week, but it lifted this morning, and the Crown Prosecutor, he's been sticking him in the way for weeks in the courts, and now he's going to stick this ball to full forward. To Chapman, yes, Will Chapman, that was inspired You worked your way to the front, son, and looked like the head's screwed on at the moment, and that's a very encouraging sign for the Blacks. I picked it, David Gordon, I picked it. I said, are they going to win this game today? It's Chapman and Bryson for mine to kick 6 goals. What are your thoughts as he kicks for goal now and steers it wide to full forward? And it'll be seen through. It is now. Gordo.
Well, it's essential that Chapman gets his head on the job, gets the mind on the job early in this game. Last week was notable that he was very nervous early on, and I think if he gets the mind on the job, Uni will certainly have an advantage.
Now, Gordo, how were they in the rooms before the game? What was the feeling down there?
There was a good vibe down there. There was just an air of positive confidence, nothing over the top. The coach wasn't getting too fired up. He was just getting them to a point where, you know, they know they've done a great job to get here, and they know they've got to repeat the performance against Kilburn last week to win the game.
Edwardstown are the first shot for goal for them. The kicker's going wide. It's a point. Were there anything other than cliche spoken down there today? Was there anything new and different that said, hello, this is serious?
Well, there was a surprise appearance from Half-Eaten early on in the piece.
Well, I was going to ask about Half. Now, did he make it up to the timekeeper's box, where there was obviously in doubt this morning? Well, the last fitness cloud of the club has only just lifted. Has it lifted?
Not sure. Last reported sighting was Half leaning on the back of the George Giffen stand, unaided. I'm not sure whether someone's given him a hand, but he's been moved on since there, whether the police have helped him on, ambulance staff, or whether it's another university supporter's got him up there. We don't know, but we think he's been positioned in the box, and hopefully he'll see out the game.
And hopefully just stay there. That'd be an advantage. What was I going to say? I did see a truck. There was a truck down there earlier on, Gordo, and maybe they might have moved him from position A to B and then brought him up here with trellises and straps of all sorts. You know, like moving a horse, that's been injured.
That's right. Well, I did notice an event rentals truck down there, and what an event it would be to move Half-Eaten. That's all I can say.
The ball's in the forward pocket for Edwardstown. The Blacks' back pocket. Not much happening at the moment. The Blacks lead 2 points to 1. And we are now 6.5 minutes. I was working the metric system there, Gordo. 6.5 minutes into the first quarter. Tamke will get it out. The short pass goes too far for Miles, but finds Muir, and he gets it on. Is that Chapman again? He's running around like an unregistered dog out there. He'll get the ball back, and Chapman runs his full meterage, runs a bit more than that, but is let off. Here's Bubba Ferguson, the first chance of him for the game. He does superbly and is tackled, and does he get a free? No, he's penalised. That wasn't a bad tackle after a very good possession.
I think he just turned the head under that one, and he's paid the penalty.
And now given another penalty. Looks like a 25-yard penalty from umpire Leo.
Just giving Leo a bit of a spray.
The kick out wide to the wing. No problems there for Edwardstown. That was Little. He goes up towards Slade and Lynch. And Slade beats Lynch almost pointlessly on that occasion. The big kick, Bonner is going to take his third mark. No, he drops what he should have taken. McGann's down there in the back pocket. That's a surprise move, putting McGann on in the back lines for extra pace against the Edwardstown nuggety little Rovers, as I'm sure they have been referred to in their own sphere, their own realm of importance. And the throw in now in the back pocket. Bonner does the work. Comes down to nobody much in particular. The kick to the square, Sipic and McGann hopelessly outpointed, but obviously must have known, obviously, the ball was going out. Herb wouldn't make a mistake like that, and he's going to kick long. Big thumping kick from McGann. I've always liked the way he kicks the ball, really gets onto it, and that was good 50 metres. The ball brought back, Edwardstown to full forward, Bonner in control there again, pushed, and will take the free, no score. Nothing much in the game at the moment.
No, not a lot in the game. It's just been bottled up a little bit there in that back pocket area. It's just been moving in and out from back pocket to back flank, and no one's really looked like punching it through for a goal.
The kick out is a wide kick, a poor kick. It's a donation to Edwardstown. Dixon couldn't get to it from the wide Bono kick, the bad Bono kick. And no, it wasn't to been touched. It was touched. It wasn't such a donation to the opposition. Well, I was wrong. That's the only time I'll be wrong today in the call. I'll concede it now. At the 7-9 minute mark of the first quarter, you've heard the only error I'm going to make today. Here's O'Day, and now out to Muir. Hats the stretch, taps it along into the centre. Rodiger gets the handball on to Lynch. Lynch looks wide for Bryson, and Bryson leads his opponent by a paddock. That boy wouldn't chase him too well in the Lightning Stakes. Oh. Bryson beats the tackle, bounces confidently, and then drives it forward, and will find May. Good work, Cam Bryson, wearing the all-blue hairdo today. There was a few surprises over that during the week, but May now from kicking from 53 goes long, looking for Ferguson. A chance, he's got it, but he's given it the other way, a free kick the other way, 4 in the back, and that was probably fair enough. The hand did go up, and Ferguson denied a couple of opportunities. Mustn't get flustered, of course, in the circumstances. Gordo, how are you reading the game?
That's right. I think there's just a little bit of frustration. Ferguson's being double teamed up there, and he's just finding it a bit hard to get to the football.
The accountant watched the ball go straight between his legs. That was very ordinary. The Edwardstown player put it on the ground and looked like some sort of offering at the altar, and then tapped it on. A chance for O'Day, and he takes a good solid mark. There's plenty of opportunities here in the middle of the field. Onto the cricket pitch it goes. Chapman looks at Muir. Muir looks at Chapman, and in the end Edwardstown get it. They kick it forward. McGann will get the chance and plays it wide, and here's a chance because Dog has only himself to beat. He gets onto Chapman, who's having his 6th possession in the first quarter, to McGann. Well played, and he gets a scrubbing kick that misses Bryson, who misses the tackle in turn. Roberts-Thompson will set himself and take a free kick. Well played, Kurt Roberts-Thompson. Roberts-Thompson worked himself in terrific position there. He saw the opportunity for the mark or the free and executed the skill with aplomb. Malcolm Blythe would have been very pleased with that.
He has been working very hard across half-back, Roberts-Thompson, no doubt about it.
Here's a man who always works hard. That's Dog Muir. The mad cow goes up to centre half forward. They're not getting much through there at the moment, although they've had better opportunities than Edwardstown. Here's a chance for the tackle. Bryson misses another one, and Edwardstown will clear to the half forward line, and they got a chance there. It's 16 for them. That's Coxon, and the full forward will now centre the ball to the goal square. McGann looks where the ball's going, son. Well played in the end. Tackle. That's the one. That must be holding the ball. Oh, that was unfair, umpire. The ball comes out. Here's a chance for Edwardstown, and this looks like the first goal of the grand final. And it is.
Yes. Unfortunate chain of events there, leading to that goal. Just enabled one Edwardstown player free and picked up, unable to steady and kick it on his left.
So it's 7-2, Edwardstown 1-1, the varsity 2 points. We are 12 minutes into the first quarter. And as I said, in perfect conditions. Miles looking like a giraffe in that position. All set to have a real crack at this. He's got 4 inches on his opponent, who had eyes only for Miles in that contest. Should have been penalised, wasn't. The ball comes out, and Edwardstown go forward again. They're running amok down that far flank at the moment. Katsaris, you better tighten your game. McGann a bit careless on the attack. O'Day gets it out. Well played. Here's the ambulance chaser. He'll get it out to Honda Civic, and away goes the Blacks Panther, and he kicks it, finds Chapman, who is starting to really take an influence in this game, winning this side of the paddock without any questions. Roberts-Thompson at centre half back doing a lot of work, finds O'Day again. The risky handball finds Tamke, but that was good. Tamke goes out wide and finds Bryson. Bryson could go inside, and he does, and thought he had Katsaris, but avoided him, and finally went to full forward, and Ferguson beaten again. Ferguson beaten 4 times already today, just warming up, no doubt. Good mark to Reid for Edwardstown. Goes inboard to XL, and XL gets it off. It goes forward, and Bonner is beaten by Foster. The traitor has taken a mark and will kick from about 45 metres out.
Yes, Foster certainly gained a few pounds since last time we saw him in a grand final fixture. 10 years have gone since he represented University in the grand final versus Riverside.
Foster kicks. Has he got the distance? Has he got the accuracy? The goal umpire says no to the latter. And Bonner let off. And it's now 8-2. 1-2 to 2 points. Gogs, you are getting a shot of the scoreboard each score? Yeah. Bonner looks again. McGann is short. Now Chapman is short, and Chapman picks up his 8th possession of the first quarter. He looks towards the centre-half back area. Muir's there, but decides to kick long. To the wing, good kick. They all go up, not too many down, only Edwardstown players. That wasn't too good. The ball over the top of Foster, and McGann takes a mark. McGann equipping himself very well at this stage in that back pocket roll. The ball comes out to Bonner. Bonner got players shorts, finds Civic, wearing the former young Madden Guernsey, and that's a great thrill. Comes out to Katsaris, who misses the tackle on Henning. He gets it on to Little. Little gets it short. McGann was all over his player and was lucky not to be penalised. Bonner's doing good work at full back. He does the short pass and finds Lynch, who gets it onto Chapman for possession number 9. He goes the bounce and the stagger, and finally gets it on to Bryson, who's beating his man comfortably for speed on that half-forward flank, who gets it on to Dixon. Dixon looks long for May. May crawls all over his opponent to get the ball, but he did it fairly and terrifically well. And now Ferguson one-on-one again, takes the mark. Takes the mark superbly.
That was brilliant football from May. Absolutely beautiful balance.
He spidered him, didn't he? He spider-walked him over his head. And the pass to Ferguson was spot on, and this time he's worked his full-back out, and he'll have his second shot for goal.
That was great run up there through Bryson, etc., off the half-back line.
Stabs at it.
Better movement.
And stabs it through for the first varsity goal in the 1996 Grand Final. Scores are locked away at 8 apiece, 1-2 all.
And we start to finally see the flags fluttering under that beautiful scoreboard where the Bobnell Choir have gathered. And we hear the first strains of the Bobnell chants.
Now that flag they've got over there.
Well, we seem to have lost a satellite audio downlink to Doug and Gordo at this moment. I understand it's an unknown technical fault. Doug's turned the microphone off and doesn't know it, and that will almost certainly cause the problem we're having. But this gives me a chance to announce that at half-time in this game we will have edited highlights of the pre-match interviews. As we speak, a swarm of Japanese video technologists are digitally remixing Matthew Warren's wonderful work on the handheld Hitachi, and you will see that as a part of the half-time entertainment. Well, let's prepare to go back to the game. As we understand, Doug has now been told of his crass error by his 9-year-old nephew, as we watch Edwardstown and their forward line doing all sorts of undisciplined stuff, strong body work in the ruck, quick centering kicks to the top of the square, and the centre half forward playing in front. And now looks like he's going to do even straight kicking for goal. Sheer chaos already for Edwardstown in the grand final. Now I think we have Doug back as he tries to deal with his idiocy.
So 1-2 to 2-2. We've had it off. It's the second mistake.
Good boy.
So after that pause in the commentary.
Just a little break in transmission. Technical problems have been fixed.
Edwardstown 2-2. The varsity 1-2. The goal kicker there for Edwardstown, if we care, was Slade. He's playing on Robbie Lynch. And we're back in the centre of the ground. As I said, the strong, it's more of a cross breeze than down the ground, depending which flags you're looking at, but certainly favouring the southern end. Miles wins the tap. He's been superb. Dog has got off to a good start. The wild, blind handball didn't find anything, and Edwardstown will clear it out. Beautiful tackle, Chapman. He's having an absolute blinder at the moment in this first quarter.
Ray, go again.
For Ray, the tackle, and Uni will pick up the free without a bounds on the full. May, who did that terrific kick to Ferguson earlier on that led to the first goal, to have it.
This is another man who's a key to the university engine room.
Now, Gordo, with the looking at the side with McGann in the back pocket, looks like we've got White up in the. Is it the forward pocket that he's playing?
It looks
he's certainly playing an unaccustomed role for him to be playing so far forward. Here's a chance for varsity again. Beautifully picked up Katsaris. He looks for the little man, and the Crown Prosecutor takes the mark. And does he get a penalty? No. Well, this is very foreign territory for Ian White. I don't think he's been allowed into the forward lines on any football ground
and
since
the relishing this opportunity. There's no doubt about that.
Since the under-15s at Saints, and here he is now in a grand final on beautiful Adelaide Oval. The chance to kick a goal, which he does.
Which he does. That calf, the injured calf, is holding up beautifully so far.
It looked magnificent in that performance. The thumping drop punt absolutely bisected the goal line.
Absolutely amazing comeback from White this week. His calf had blown up like a balloon after the Kilburn game.
I thought he got it out of a show bag. It looked so big the way he was walking around during the week.
It was unbelievable. The medical staff didn't give him a chance at all of playing, and he's come up and he's out there kicking goals.
Miles against Neagle again. Edwardstown will get it out this time. Ruckman left, poleaxed in the centre of the ground. Roberts Thompson finds O'Day. There are some good signs for the university at the moment. Rodiger, good, strong mark, Rodiger. You are a star, son. Ferguson goes. The pass is good. And Bubba will get a penalty and some yardage.
Very much. And that was great run once again off the half-back line by O'Day. He is setting things up from back there. And Kurt Roberts-Thompson the same. It's great run off that half-back line, and that's where Uni's getting a lot of drive. Of course, Will Chapman, absolutely mind on the job right from the word go this week.
But it could still come loose. There's 3.5, nearly over 3/4 to go. That chappy brain could come loose at any moment. Ferguson for his second. Varsity's 3.
Straight through.
2:20. And Edwardstown 2-2-14.
Rams it into the Bob Neal choir.
The choir, now that big jumper, that big flag out there, is that Alex White's old jumper that they're waving up there?
It's Alex White and the Dwarfs.
The coach is off out of the seat there. He's obviously just going for a fag. Pascoe and who is on the bench down there? Pascoe, Wallace and
an unidentified red-headed man.
Don't know who that is. We'll come back to it. Watson. We should know. Watson indeed it is. Roberts Thompson a chance. He's been terrific today. His work across that half-back line is already taking an impact on the game. May, magnificent, absolutely terrific piece of football, Josh May.
Has rewarded him.
One of the star plays of this first quarter. Looks for the dog, misses him, and Edwardstown will come out and find again that centre-half forward who's getting away from Lynchy at the moment. That's Slade, and he'll kick from 52.
University need to maintain that pressure across centre. It was just... Dog was just a little hesitant going at that football there, and it's Edwardstown are pouncing on these opportunities.
Oh, gee, I think hesitant's a strong word, Gordo. I think the only thing Dog has ever hesitated about is hurting someone, and only very rarely at that. Foster takes this mark at full forward, and this will tie the scores. The big 285-pounder sticks it into the Bradman stand, and it's 3-2 all. Back in the pivot, Miles against Neagle. The big man for University wins it again. Honda Civic, well done. Dog an awkward one, but he finds Tamke. And Dogs had some awkward possessions already this game, but they've all been pretty effective, and he certainly got 25 yards with everyone. Tamke looks for Ferguson, who's double teamed. There's no question about it. Ball comes out. Rodiger, courageous, head in, tail up. Good, courageous stuff. Anthony Rodiger in his last game for the varsity, at least for some years, and a good effort there. It's 3-2 apiece. 24 minutes. We're about to go into time on of this first quarter in the Premier League Grand Final. The ball comes out to Chapman, who had the chance to just go run in, but he took his time. Katsaris is free. Chappie gives himself a chance.
Good long kicker of the ball.
He gives it a good whirl. Miles, does he take it? Oh, but the ball goes through for a go anyway. It is.
Oh.
Ian White.
Opportunist off the ground.
Who would have thought Ian White would kick 2 goals in a Premier League Grand Final at Adelaide Oval? Not I, Gordo, not I.
Well, interesting placement, isn't it? By having McGann in the back line and White up forward, and White's already shown that it's been a very worthwhile move.
4-2 Uni, Edwardstown 3-2. We're into time on. And Miles against Neagle again, the key clash, and Neagle doesn't look at Miles yet. It looks at Miles all the way and doesn't look at the ball. And that must be a worry for Edwardstown. Miles is doing everything right. The ball comes out, Sibic getting into the game. Herb, courageous, good thumping stuff from the back lines, beautifully worked to... Oh, and McGann must have given one behind the play there. A little flick behind the ear. Gee.
Tangled up with his player.
And that's the penalty for it, because Foster gets on the long wide lead across the field. And not good work, Shane McGann.
Very costly.
Foster from about 45 metres spears it inside, and it's a point. 26 minutes, first quarter. 3-3 Edwardstown, 4-2. The Blacks going well. A most satisfactory opening, I would think, for the coach, knowing they have to kick with the aid of this breeze in the second quarter. And if you look around the ground, they're certainly winning on Bryson's flank. They're certainly winning on Chapman's wing. They're having a little bit of problems at centre half back and full back at the moment, although Bonner's done some great tidy up work. At the centre, it's probably split. McGann's done a pretty good job on that back pocket. Not too many weak spots at the moment, Gordo.
No, pretty even performance all round at the moment. The lot of run off the half-back line. It's been good.
Dixon takes a good strong mark from the McGann kick. He goes wide across the paddock. There's plenty of opportunities there, and O'Day is another one who has played well this quarter. Stops and starts a couple of times, like an old Morris Minor, that little performance. The ball comes out. And Edwardstown will start to clear. No, bad handball, and this might give the University a chance. The high tackle, penalised for a good tackle, and Chapman will take possession number 12, and a penalty. No. A really good first quarter from Will Chapman, the club doctor. His father would be absolutely cock-a-hoop over the performance. Ferguson runs it, leads it to the boundary line and takes him over the line, and Ferguson a good quarter. Beaten for a few of those early contests, but picked up 2 goals. 27.5 minutes, Gordo.
Good signs across half forward, where the University's holding the ball in the half forward line. A lot of aggression around that half forward line, and they're just not giving Edwardstown an easy break out of the back line.
Most of their work has come off that half back line on the far side so far. And that's the area Dixon maybe is having trouble out there. Here's Edwardstown streaming through the centre. They go out to that half-forward flank on the far side again. This is Bromelo, and he must be the one who's causing most of the difficulties. Dixon falls over at the wrong time. The ball goes up. Foster v Bonner. Bonner too strong up front. Shepherd's well for Katsaris, who comes through, has plenty of time to look, and has Miles out on the wing, who takes the mark. Should have, but didn't. And now they're a bit vulnerable. The handball on, and the ball is going to be brought back a little fortunately.
A little fortuitous, I think, there, because I think Edwardstown really had the run of the play at that stage.
Now Anier's Sleepy's, the Unabomber's out of his chair and is on his way down to the bench, and Foster is in too much space again. That's all happening from that far flank at the moment. and I'm not sure, we'll have to pick up exactly who's trying to pick up Romolo, but he's causing terrific problems otherwise, and setting up opportunities for Edwardstown. Otherwise, things going reasonably well for the Blacks at the moment.
Reasonably even game though. No one really getting any trading goal for goal really at the moment.
Foster puts it through, and they now lead by 1.43 to 4-2. 29 minutes into the first quarter. Miles against Neagle. It's one of the great clashes of the day in front of the Cowley stand. Now Muir gets it out. Another sort of scrubbing kick. The overhead cam late on his tackle, but Muir takes the mark right in the centre of the ground. The kick looking, not sure who that was looking for. It was an ordinary kick from Dog, who's getting plenty of possessions but not doing a lot with them at the moment. May will be the main University player in that. And the big forearm came out from Coxon on Roberts Thompson, but, or was it on May? On May. And the ball out of bounds. 30 minutes now, 30 and a half minutes. Half will be warming up those hamstrings to get to the button. The ball will be bounced on the wing. Now Miles goes check side in these contests and gets the tap again. I think he's won just about them all. Chapman late on the tackle. Edwardstown force it out. Right at the University coaching. Brains Trust. The Brains Trust oozing and bristling with pulsating messages there today. Wide for sound, of course, thanks to Murph and the Magic Tones. The throw in. Miles gets the tap again. There'll be another bounce.
Right. I noticed the antennas down on the coach. It must be very close to full time in this quarter.
Actually, Murph's up here. Must be checking out the amperes. Comes again a chance for Edwardstown playing in front at that time, and they'll take the kick. That's Mesky. He goes across and into the centre of the ground. Finds Coxon. Coxon's off. Looking for Foster. Bonner. The big tap from behind was Lynch. Everyone missed it. Chance for McGann again. Really relishing the opportunity to playing in this back pocket and getting plenty of touches. May comes out. The nice left foot fast. Finds Chapman, who is having a wonderful quarter on this wing in front of the big crowd. He goes into the centre. A sort of risky kick if this is turnover. But Dixon, good strong mark. Simon Dixon, you've been a star, especially the second half of the season. To Civic. Good, courageous stuff on to Civic. Now get in there again. Katsaris the chance to make the tackle. The Crown Prosecutor's doing some work in there. There'll be a bounce. 32 and a half minutes. That's it, the first quarter. And Uni trail by a point. They're 4 goals to Edwardstown, 4 goals 3 for quarter time comments. Gordo.
Well, really, it's been a very even contest for this quarter. I can say that for a little while, Uni had a bit of a run on, but Edwardstown steadied through Foster with a few goals there. I don't see that there's anything in it at the moment.
No, I think a pretty even contest. Repeating quarter time scores 4-3 Edwardstown, Uni 4-2, 26. And Uni can only be very happy with the way the 21 Chargers out there have got their work going here in the grand final at Adelaide Oval.
Welcome back to University Oval. We're just about to begin the first of the second quarter. Commentator Peter Madden is back in the box. Here he is.
Back in the centre of the ground, Miles to bring it to the University, kicking to the southern end now with the breeze. Dog pushes it out. Roberts Thompson leads in the race. May a high tackle and will get penalised for that. And Edwardstown the chance. They look pretty good down there at quarter time, Gordo. They looked relaxed. The kick now out to the wing that's causing them all the problems. Muir, was that one of the great marks of the day? The mark of the day, Dog Muir, the way he did that.
We've had some... his way forward to get that one.
May takes out
fortuitous
the Edwardstown player. Ferray goes to the goal square. Doesn't find Ferguson. Does he get through that? Mays? No, he doesn't. It's a point. And scores locked away. A critical second quarter. With the win now, they did so well in the first. And I feel if they're going to show their skill ascendancy, it's going to happen in this second quarter.
Well, that was a great start for the Blacks. Moved very positively out of the centre square.
Miles chops in front. Gee, he looked like somebody a 30 size the way he dashed in there. A little piece of agility from Big Grant Miles. The painkillers are obviously clicking in now. There'll be a free kick to Ferguson. They run two players against him, but the hairy full-back can't contain him. Neither can the back pockets coming across, at least without giving away free kicks. And Ferguson, who, as I said earlier, was absolutely stupendous last week. It was the work of a miracle worker in kicking 8 goals, as I said, in treacherous, windy conditions. Now is a chance to kick his third here in the grand final, the first of the second quarter, and a chance to put the Blacks 6 points in front. The kick jabbed away and misses. Well, Blue Lou Bryson thought it was all right, but it might have been on the con there for the go umpire. 4-4, 4-3, University by a point. May at the bottom gets it out towards Chapman, who puts a couple of half-hearted punches into the gut of the opposition player. And there's that Half-Eaton's truck,
I think,
being dragged through there. I wonder what that is for.
I think they've lost Half-Eaton from the back.
Ball comes out towards Chapman. Is it going to go out of bounds? It is. Well, the coach at quarter time emphasising very much that they have to have a real go at it and really start to assert themselves in this quarter. That's their task now. They have this strong cross breeze and they have got to make the most of the opportunity. Miles misses everything in that big slap and there'll be another bounce.
Miles has started this quarter with a great deal of aggression, going for the ball very well, contesting very well over on that far side.
Running around like a teenager. Now push. Very big push, and Miles again. Gee, I got some signs here that Miles is pumped up and he's going to play a very critical role from here on. He's certainly beating Neagle in the ruck. So Day gets it down. Ferguson charges out like the Overland. Well, not like the Overland. That would be Keg Foster, like the Overland, like a real train, and gives away the free. Short pass to the hairy fullback. That's Forbes. I'm in relation to Forbes. Forbes. And he'll look up. Rodiger can't quite do it, but manages to spoil the mark. Get it out if you can to Tamke. And
very well done backing into that pack.
He was, and he foiled the Edwardstown Stevenson's attempt at the mark. Rodiger this time, rucks down to Tamke, pushed in the back, yes, no, and the umpire does his 270-degree arc to get to the ball. Another bounce. The makings of a pretty high-scoring Amateur League Grand Final at the moment. Dog gets the ball out to the boundary line. There'll be a throw-in. And a game played so far in pretty good spirit, no biffo. No silly stuff. We had a bit of silly stuff last week at Kilburn, but it was penalised very early on. And the game played in a pretty good spirit at the moment against the paid professionals from Edwardstown. And, of course, those young, wonderful amateurs of Adelaide University. That looked like a throw from Bromelo. And Muir picks up, kicks it up. It comes off hands. Ferray beaten. White had the chance. It wasn't there. The kick into the centre of the ground. The Smallcombe misses the ball. It comes out wide, and Lynch chases Slade and nearly beats him. Now does beat him. Now gets it off to Bryson. Blue Lou goes down to the half-forward lines. Beautiful handball back. Blue Lou again. Tamke, a chance. He'll look for Ferguson or May or Ferray, and misses them all. Edwardstown coming out to this flank where they've dominated in the first quarter, and University may be a little lucky that one went out. Dixon has Bromelo, there's no question about that now. He's on him now, and that is going to be one of the key matchups from here on, because this was the area that University had difficulties with in the first quarter. Otherwise they were dominating the game. I thought Rodiger gets it out. Muir threw superbly. Was he legged? Absolutely. Dog, superb last week. That was one of the great leadership displays, the best thing since MacArthur. That's how I rated it last week, and he didn't wimp it like the way MacArthur did early in the war. Now the ball goes forward, but this week he's led up the same way. Out comes Blue Lou, does it again, looks for May, goes through again, picks up his own handball, runs over the Edwardstown player's head. He gets well tackled by May, who gets nearly gets tackled again by May, and he's playing both of them, Bryson and May, very well up forward, very good defensive skills in that part of the field.
Lots of pressure, and he's kicked it out of bounds on the
and the pressure will see a kick for Dixon. Dixon wandering up the field, chasing Bromelo, too far out to score. 60 metres, has a chance to centre it, but he does have the wind really right at his back. Number 22, the chartered accountant, will go in short and finds the man from Vision Systems. He's got vision. That's man Tamke. He's been dominant since he came back from overseas in the middle of the season. Goes across and finds O'Day. They're not any closer to the goal, but they've got players everywhere. Here's the Blacks Panther, Honda Civic. He'll take his man on and beats him pointlessly. That's why you come to the football, to see stuff like that. And he finds Ferguson on the long lead. And Ferguson, well, he might pick up another penalty.
Gets another one to go on.
No, not quite, he won't. And he'll be kicking from 52, and he missed the shot from this pocket before.
We've got Lenny Pascoe coming on, La Ferre off.
Pascoe, who has 10 weeks off with a hamstring injury, had his first game last week, played about 3 1/4, 2 1/2 quarters, about came on the stage last week as well.
It showed glimpses last week of some of that flair that he has.
Provided plenty up forward. Ferguson, that's a terrific kick. It's out of bounds on the full, but he's certainly got the distance, and I thought that kick had a lot of merit to it, other than the fact that it missed its target by about 10 metres.
That's right.
Other than that, it was a terrific kick.
Other than that, absolutely terrific from this angle.
Tim Horry running off the ground, showing why older men shouldn't wear shorts, certainly in public. There's the kick out now. Lynch beaten by Slade. The handball comes off, and Edwardstown go forward. Bonner leads in the race against Foster. Foster pushes him out. The ball eludes Edwardstown. That was fortunate. Dixon pushed. Could have got the free, didn't. It hits Bonner's knee and comes out the other way. Well played, Roberts Thompson. Nearly got it, but Foster will take the kick, and he'll have it from about 45. Kickable, very kickable. The Varsity by 1 point, 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes, second quarter.
They call him Donuts Foster. And there's no surprises where he gets that nickname from.
290 pounds now and getting bigger every moment. Foster kicks actually pretty well, but he hits the poise. But there's no score. There's a penalty. Free kick to Uni. Bonner brings it out, finds Muir with a paddock to work in. He has Dixon down the wing. Will find Dixon, not on the full. Now to the Blue Lou. Blue Lou, courageous work. He saw him coming and played it well. Pascoe looks up. Will he take the bounce? He does. Will he take the handball? He does. Ian White, have you got the chance to kick your third, son? You are a star.
Does so, and that is great football.
Ian White, you are a star. The professional back pocket, the resident back pocket, banned from forward lines, banned like a murderer from being let loose on the unsuspecting backmen of opposition sides, has now kicked 3 in a spectacular start to this final.
And gee, wasn't there a look on Lenny Pascoe's face when he got near that ball that there wasn't going to be a handball coming out? He was looking to the goals, and then in the end, when he ran out of space, he just had to give it on. But ended up with a good result.
Miles got under that one a little bit. Chapman gone out of it a little bit in the last 10 minutes of play. Katsar is coming into it a little more on this flank. The Blue Lou looking. Ooh. Ferguson comes out, causes an injury. Here's a chance for Pascoe to go in. The ball on the ground. Pascoe out. Give it off, son. Give it off. Well done. Now Ferguson, something special, and he does it.
And he does so, and he rams it.
Now's the wave. The wave of irrepressible University forward momentum might have just been unleashed. It's 6-4 to 4-3. The Blacks are starting to kick away, and this is the first significant lead of the game.
And you can just see some of those special touches from Lenny Pascoe. He's just come into that forward line and provided that little special something. A couple of movements here and there. He's got their defenders worried. They've taken their focus off some of the other key players like Ferguson. Pascoe has them worried.
Well, he's had that ability to just be in a position that makes other players know what's going on. I don't know how to describe it any more inadequately than that. Here's Katsaris again, as I say, the wave is happening. The long kick, is it going to find Ferguson? He's given away a free kick, but that was
One thing I
full
will say is
on the body.
Ferguson is hitting the ball and the body very hard.
Well, they hit him often enough.
To see. It is very good to see because they at least know they're alive.
Injured Edwardstown player. It's been one of the joys of the season that when people have gone down this year, it hasn't been players wearing the black and the white V. And here's another one. This tape is not for public distribution. Comments like that. The kick out now from the half-back to the half-back flank. Civic the chance. Ball will find a way. It's out of bounds. University by 13 points. This is the first time there's been a break in the game. Ferguson has kicked 4 now. Is it from full forward, Gordo? No, 3. 3 in the white, the other 3. It's been special stuff. That was Miles gets it out the back. Pascoe in there again. Out it comes to Miles. Miles goes the kick. There's no one there except the Crown Prosecutor, and he will have to concede about 9 inches of height to the next smallest man on the field, and then more to that player who picks it up. Miles through like a moving forest there.
Very noticeable that University's picked up the work rate. I hate to use that cliche, but they've certainly picked it up in these last 5 minutes.
And Edwardstown really haven't looked like scoring or taking a decisive go at the ball. Comes out again. Beautifully done, the Crown Prosecutor. Pascoe, you wouldn't believe he'd ever been injured the way he moved then. Miles, you would believe, has been injured. Here's Ferguson as he pushed. Might have got the free. Still get the ball and goal!
Absolutely sensational. That is heartbreaking for the Edwardstown defenders, but absolutely the most pleasurable thing you could ever get if you were Bubba Ferguson, who's been pummeled from pillar to post, and just one that pops up out the back.
And that's not the joy of the national game. It's the joy of the national game to see the ball bounce and do the wrong things exactly when it shouldn't. But for that occasion, it was wrong for Edwardstown. Beautiful, but Bubba Ferguson, he's kicked his 4th. Now we're back in the centre. Miles doing his stuff, ready to go against Neagle in there. Tamke, Civic. As I said, the wave is happening now. Can they keep it going? Katsaris has had 1 million touches in this quarter already. Civic gets it out. Miles playing like a rover. Roberts Thompson gets it out to O'Day, and he got the high flick across the ear, and he goes out wide and gets a free kick down the field, and Chapman will take the kick. Chappie, the engineer, goes long, looking for Ferguson, who he'll find in a terrific mark. The mark of the day. That one by Ferguson at full stretch. The wicket-keeper gave it everything, and he snaffled it just mere inches from the cooch.
The big question is, Doug, will he replace his divot? That's a huge divot out there.
I'm sure Les Burdett will be inspecting that at half-time. Now he's going to be kicking from about 48 metres. As I said earlier, we've seen him. He's kicked distance without any problems this quarter. He's missed 2 others from this pocket. He's missed a 3rd from this pocket. It's a tough kick because that wind's going across you. But, of course, that was where he specialised last week in those D-Day-like conditions down there at Alverton. But today he's just finding it a bridge too far, as it were, if I can use the war cliches, from that pocket. That he's kicked for, and he's been terrific. O'Day swivels and turns and does some ballet work, and then comes back looking for the rover Miles. It comes out the back to the Crown Prosecutor, who kicks it up. Blue Lou bended back. Has he bended enough? The Blue Lou has kicked a peach.
That was absolutely inspirational work by White, where he just saw the opportunity to sweep the ball on. He's knocked it straight into the hands of the Blue Lou, and he's just rammed it onto the boot, and through it's gone, and that's a great goal to University.
It's raining goals. It's raining Blacks premiership here at the moment. It's out by 4 goals to. They've nearly doubled the score. It's beautiful to watch. Change. Back in the centre, Miles doing special stuff. Now Edwardstown get the first time out for the quarter. Goes towards Herb McGann, and he's done a great job. Dixon now back on Foster, I think, is doing well. Gets it out to Roberts Thompson, back to McGann. McGann does a little pivot and comes back, and he's had plenty of touches today. He'll go short and find Sipic. Run like a panther. This is why you come to the football, ladies and gentlemen, to see this man run. He goes out looking for the Crown Prosecutor. Keep it in the area, son. It comes out, and Bromelo kicks it back to centre half forward, and Roberts Thompson really taking a million possessions across that half back line. Out to Lynch, who must be now getting on top of Slade. Sipic turns on a sixpence, does it well. The Blue Lou has a second option and finds Katsaris. Give it off. Got the high tackle. Out to the Prosecutor. Beautifully done. Bonner, you can go all the way. He kicks long, looking for Ferguson, and could have got the free but didn't. Rodiger doubles back. The groin doesn't turn that well anymore. May, beautifully done, put the pressure on. As a result, it finds Roberts Thompson. Here you go wide across the other side, and the kick is just a scrappy sort of one. It falls short of Pascoe and Blue Lou Bryson, and it falls Edwardstown hand. It's a 26-point lead. 4-3 Edwardstown, 8-5 the Blacks, and they're playing very well in the second quarter. Dog holds his ground.
There's his ground beautifully. Gee, the momentum really is with the Blacks at the moment.
It's 17 minutes and a half. Don't put that finger anywhere near the button at the moment. It's beautiful watch. White might have been paid. It wasn't. Bryson tried to do one thing too many, but tried for all the right reasons. It comes out as this Bromelo. Here's a chance for Edwardstown. O'Day, you'd want to hold him up if you can, this player. He gets the left foot kick to full forward. Out comes Dixon. Strong work, Dixon. Foster grabs it. Could have been pinged. McGann beaten. And the chip up.
Well done, Roberts Thompson. Bad luck.
And Edwardstown take a mark. That's Rugless. I don't think we've called his name before, probably because we haven't called too many of Edwardstown's names. He might have had 20 kicks by now and we wouldn't know. But he has a chance to kick now. He goes short. Umpire not happy with the angle he was on. And the worst rule of football. And now he's brought round. 8-5, 4-3, 18 minutes, second quarter.
Strong breeze blowing left to right.
Edwardstown, the first kick at goal this quarter, and he's muffed it. Muffed it. And the club,
way too much for that one.
The club doctor applauded that through. He's sitting there with his wonderful wife and other officials, other members of the parents' coterie.
And gee, they've turned out in force today.
Oh, they just filled up the car park with chicken bones and champagne bottles. When I got there at 12:30, you couldn't move for dead chickens.
And resplendent in their black and white regalia. It's good to see. It's fantastic to see.
Dicko now looks long. Why not, son? Because they're playing very well all over the ground. Miles, like I said, playing like a rover, nearly did superb things. Lynch gets it out. It goes to Muir. Muir avoids the tackle, then gets through to Roberts Thompson, and now to Katsaris, who's had plenty of touches. What are you going to do, Katsaris? Because you could go all the way. He goes long at the goals and rams a peach.
And Katsaris, this quarter has been absolutely sensational out of the centre of the ground. The first 3 clean touches out of the centre, I think, belong to Katsaris, and he's just gone on with it again, and that's a fantastic goal on the run.
They were beaten on this side of the paddock in the first quarter, Gordo, but Katsaris, you're absolutely right. Well spotted. After 9 possessions, why wouldn't you spot it? He has been magnificent this quarter on the wing. Chapman not so special on the other, but it's been because it's been Katsaris doing the work, and he roamed down there and stabbed through a goal that had CLA written all over it. Back in the pivot. Here's Miles again. Wins another tap. Tamke grabs. Should have got the free. Katsaris nearly intercepts brilliantly. Bromelo plays
O'Day, sensational. Stopped them in his tracks.
Bromelo trying sort of a summer of the 17th Dole performance there. Doesn't get the free. The toss again. Miles, another tap. Roberts Thompson in there. Out it comes. Here's a chance. Katsaris kicks it down the field. And it comes down towards Chapman. Misses what he should have taken. White was superb. Could have got a free. Tamke gets it out to Muir. Spears it through to White. Well played, White. Gets it into the centre. Katsaris, you've got the ball on the string at the moment, son. Why not kick another one? He doesn't unless this bounces something strange. It goes into the pocket and out of bounds.
And gee, Katsaris moving beautifully through the centre and into the forward.
Welcome now, T-shirt Bryson. T-shirt, you were taking stats at training during the week. How are you seeing them? How did you see them Tuesday? How are you seeing them now?
Thanks very much, Peter. I'm very impressed, as in all the crowd. A snap at goal, 3 for a behind. Points, I think, make all the difference in this battle. I think 9 goals 5. I think probably 9 goals 6 now is. It's going to be a matter of points. The premiership quarter is coming up. A lead is, a lead is something, but let's face it, this is the second quarter, and the third quarter is the premiership quarter.
Thank you for that. Drivel. Morning, T-shirt Bryson. I've been here at Adelaide Oval. You must have been spending the day at Concordia College. You come up with drivel like that. As Ferguson takes another big mark on the long lead in the forward pocket. And he'll have a shot from this very difficult pocket. It's beautiful football so far here by University. The Winksters are winning, and when Winksters win, you win football games. As Ferguson comes in to shoot for goal, and he misses it. He misses it again to that near side. 4-4-9-7, and that's a 39-point lead. And Edwardstown's fullback will bring the ball back into play. He's looking towards this grandstand pocket. He props on one leg, props on the other, then seems to change leg in which he kicks it with, kind of showing off under the circumstances. Ball comes out towards the boundary line and over it goes. Wonderful quarter of football, absolutely sensational stuff. The throw in on the half forward flank in front of the old Mostyn Evans stand. Miles, tall and strong, pushing lots. Out the back, here comes Dog. Oh, a knee in the head to Miles. Through goes May. The kick doesn't go.
Where's the time for this box?
A little bit further along, I think. 9-7-4-4, 33 points. Is that the math science students will inform me that's 33 points the difference. University have kicked 5 goals to zip in the second quarter. We're 23 minutes in. We're getting towards time on. The throw in, another couple of goals will be awfully useful here. The Crown Prosecutor buries it, digs it out, gets it to Katsaris, who's been an absolute star, the man of the quarter. Out comes Ferguson as out Pascoe. It's Pascoe. He stretched every hamstring muscle, every tendril and ligament was moved there. He's obviously in terrific nick T-shirt.
Yes, he obviously is. After last one, got back in.
48 metres out. He puts the foot through the pigskin a couple of nice times last week. He's done it again today. Wonderful goal from Lenny Pascoe. And hasn't he been worth having back in the side? And the Varsity have opened up a 6.5 goal break. It is one of the great quarters in the history of University football. 10-7. 67 to 4-4-28. Magnificent stuff. It's coming from Miles. It's coming from a winning half back line now, where Dixon has taken Foster, of course, to the back line, but O'Day and Roberts Thompson have been superb. Miles has won every tap pointlessly. Dog superb there. Bonner, difficult, well played. The ambulance chaser as he gets it out. Here's the Blue Lou. Oh, picks it up and does it superbly. Spears it inside, misses Tamke. Now gets another chance. No, he's drifted up the field. Bonner comes out after the Edwardstown player. Don't let him through, guys. Keep at him. Beautiful work, Lynch. Out to Bonner, out to Roberts-Thompson, out to O'Day. I've called this before today. They've been great. The lock on to Rodiger was inspired. Here comes May, who's been terrific on that half-forward line. Another piece of magic as he tapped the ball over the top. He's going to look for Ferguson and finds him. It doesn't come any better than that. Sweet. That is wonderful play by O'Day back there. Bubba Ferguson, the barman par excellence, a shot for his 5th. Bubba kicks and kicks it.
Swayer Lynch down here, a great tackle, and the boys read the ball off hand, and then a couple of tap-ons. Rodiger, sensational. That's marvellous.
73 to 28. It is 7 goals second quarter. I can smell the shield from here. It's Brasso and Silvo. It's everything that you could hope for, and it really gives you a buzz if you get close to it. Muir again, might have given away the free, doesn't. Katsaris over the ball, through goes the Rover Miles. Gee, he's been good this second quarter. Didn't we call that, Gordo, earlier on? Now comes out to the centre. Edwardstown looking hapless at the moment. The kick to centre half forward, not good. Out comes Dixon, goes up the left hand, a little arrogant on the possession. Now comes to McGann, who's been very good in that first quarter and will get a free kick after disposal when they're very fortunate.
Luck's a fortune.
If Edwardstown had their chances, that was it. 7 goals to nothing in the second quarter. No, Lynch got the free kick for the legging.
Oh. And that's a big leg to leg.
Indeed, just to get him down. Pascoe holds his ground well. In goes Rodiger. Got a high tackle on Pascoe. No, not paid, and now holding the ball.
Very high tackle on Pascoe.
Well, Rodiger might have given away the first kick and not paid. Perhaps justice done. 27.5 minutes, second quarter. University by 45 points. I have to pinch myself to believe it at the moment. They're going very, very well. Lynch stands out in front, and Robbie Lynch, the ambulance chaser, 220 games at the league level, showing every bit of experience now. He and the Crown Prosecutor are really showing their stuff and what great acquisitions they've been. Spears the pass into the centre. Sibic goes the challenge, brings it down. McGann the chance, gets it out to Pascoe, flicks it on, looking for Blue Lou. Now McGann clicks it on again. Out wide it comes, leading in the race. Katsaris, keep at it, Tommy, keep at it, the ball. Beautifully done, Roberts-Thompson. Ducked the chutney, and the chutney got it again.
And University are quite rightly being rewarded for putting their body in over the ball.
And the traitor and Dixon, the chartered account, exchanging words. Absolutely, traitor, you're in the wrong, Guernsey. Goes across the ground, finds O'Day, beautifully picked up to Lynch, who's having a great second quarter. May push, takes the free. He's been fantastic on this half-forward flank all day so far. The silly Edwardstown doing that dopey bit with the man on the mark. Now he holds the game up. Bonner is going clear into one pocket. He goes wide to the other and finds Pascoe on his own and gets the free. And gets the free for just being there.
It's just a case of University being in front, and the umpires are paying the man in front all day. Edwardstown getting frustrated. There's interference coming into the game, and University are reaping the dividends.
T-shirt. You're going to call a margin at this point?
I'm going to call a University victory by 57 points.
Very conservative, I think, T-shirt. I'm surprised, given your brother's hairstyle, that would run in the family. 57. It's kind of close, isn't it? Pascoe a chance to kick University's 8th. The Premiership second quarter, this is going to prove to be. Pascoe, a nice easy kick will do this, and a bit over easy. Kick to the left, well called, T-shirt, and 1 point now. The club doctor is on the pitch, and the deputy club doctor is on the pitch. We're not sure what that's for. The kick out from full back. It drops short. No, Edwardstown player picks it up. 7-4 University have kicked, or is it 7-5 they've kicked in this quarter, to just one point or no score. I think it even might be no score. And the kick comes out. McGann, terrific game so far in the back pocket. What a star he's been. Rodiger the chance, beaten on that occasion, tries hard. Well played Tamke on the tackle, but the kick from Edwardstown misses, and that's their first score of the quarter. 30.5 minutes in, it's 11-8 to 4-5, 74 to 29. It's 45 points.
We've just had an interchange. La Ferret on and Bonaire off, and he's running straight down the chute, straight off the ground. So we're not quite sure what's wrong with Bonaire.
Might be. No, can't give any clues on that. Dixon looks to the centre of the ground. That's been good today, the way they've kicked long and hard right down the pivot. And they've had the chance. Bromelo unsighted the score after being dangerous in the first. Katsaris tackle him. You did, son. Well played. Out to Roberts Thompson. To Sibic. You've been a star. On to O'Day. That's a combination that's worth going to watch. Tamke, get it on, son. Edwardstown even anticipating it rather than going at the man. Here's O'Day again. He's been going through. Gets it back to Dog. On to the Blue Lou. Blue Lou's got space, and Pascoe ducking back a chance, but is it going to get for him? Yes. Or Ferguson. Pascoe plays on. Brave man finds Ferguson, who puts the left foot kick to May and won't get there for out of bounds on the full.
What a stream of handballs. Absolutely the total confidence to just run off, to pop the handball up, and there'll be someone beside you to take it and run on. It was just great to watch.
We might have more than just the 32 minutes because it's been a lot of scoring. As I said, that's 7 goals to nothing. And Edwardstown brings it out. Up goes Lynch, who's playing a great game now on Slade, who has not been seen this quarter, other than when he blocks the sun out with Keg Foster. And the Traitor and Slade together could block a lot of things out, I think. They could take on the Teachers and beat them, I would think. Those two put their minds to it. There's the throw-in on the half-forward flank. Miles goes up. Another tap. He's won every tap today from where I've been watching. Slade wins this one in front of Lynch, but he's a long way up the field. That's how much he's struggling to get into the game. The kick goes to half-back. Sibic should have maybe have had the mark go the other way. Unlucky. Here they go again. Rodiger out looking for the Blue Lou, who's just taken a strong mark. And Blue Lou, you have thrashed your opponent today. You've given him an absolute spanking in this first half. It's been worth coming to watch. The kick. Pascoe's the target. No one down. Ferret, where were you? Muir tries the tackle. Roberts Thompson misses one, and it comes out again, and here's the chance. Slade, his second grab, gets it back inside to Bromelo. Here's danger. The spearing pass finds Foster in space, except that Foster drops what he should have taken, then tries to do some acrobatic stuff and misses it. Goes the hard body, and that is half-time, and Keg Foster throws the punch. Good stuff, Keg. Really good, sensible, sound stuff. You drop the mark, son, you drop the mark.
He's just dropped the bundle. Simple as that.
He's dropped the bundle, he's dropped the dummy, he's dropped the mark.
But University are not going to drop this grand final the way things are going. University at half-time, 11-8-74. Edwardstown 4-5-29. That was magnificent football.
Fantastic. Led in ruck by Miles High. Sensational. The effort that he put in early in the quarter, and those early touches by Katsaris were just magical, weren't they, out of the centre? Great work off that half-back line. Lynch is lifted. It's fantastic.
I'd love to be able to say it's a seesawing battle, but it's not. It's all uni. The saw is down.
It's as if Keg Foster was sitting at the University end of the seesaw, isn't it? It ain't budging. It ain't budging, T-shirt.
Oh, the seesaw's going nowhere, and it's going nowhere fast.
Beautiful half of football. See you after the break.
A break there will be. It is half-time with the Blacks 11 goals 8, leading Edwardstown 4 goals 5. It's a terrific second quarter of 7 goals, and some of the
assorted dignitaries and friends and supporters gathering down, making their way down the Magic Pay for their first beer from any of them, I don't think, and certainly not the last, the way this game's going. Wonderful big crowd at Adelaide Oval for this grand final in 1996, much bigger than the crowd we had 10 years ago when the Blacks beat Riverside at the same venue. And as promised, we're going to take you now for the half-time entertainment. That's the half-time entertainment. And let's go to it now.
I hear there's concerns about your injury.
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
That's right.
I can just see it now, the opening bounce grand final. Leo holds the ball in the air, silence. Half on the way to the control room. You could be on the way to the control room.
I'm the secret. I'm the secret.
How is it? We're happy to be here today, Matthew.
That's really good, isn't it?
Old one. Here today, Matthew.
That's really good, isn't it?
Old one.
This game's in the bag. This game's in the bag. This game's in the bag.
Oh, I think they're going to fucking shit it in. Last week's performance, they'll win by 50 points.
Not afraid of Edwardstown then?
No. Oh, I think they're going to fucking shit it in.
That's it. Players only.
Oh, it's emotion.
That's it. Players only.
Oh, it's emotion.
And unfortunately, no cameras. No further.
Okay.
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
The passion switches them on. That's it. The passion switches them on. That's it.
Matthew.
That's really good, isn't it?
Old one. Very, very happy to be here today, Matthew.
That's really good, isn't it?
Old one.
But no, I'm 100%. I've had a wax this morning. Personally, but no, I'm 100%. I've had a wax this morning.
AUFC.
There was room for another little gesture of we played for Dash, not for cash, but ran out of white paper. So, ran out of white paper. So.
Uni, the Blacks.
Oh, they were going to. Why is that? What's the feeling?
Well, I just think that we'll be overall too good. Yeah, all over the field. Because the bigger over we can run. There.
Bigger. Fair enough.
Uni, the Blacks.
Oh, they were going to.
Because the bigger over we can run. There.
Bigger. Fair enough. Concerns about your injury.
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
That's right. Game's in the bag.
About your injury.
You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare.
Is that right?
That's right.
You're off the box now, I guess.
No, I'm off to right there. You're looking at Edwardstown's worst fucking nightmare. Game's in the bag.
You're off the box.
Players only.
Oh, it's emotion.
And unfortunately, no cameras. No further.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Good luck with the rest of the game, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Bert.
The game, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Bert.
Look. Oh, you got it. Oh, no, I haven't. But
Oh, no, I was just thinking we've got Heavenly Ferguson needs 4 more for 100. What do we have? White's got 3. It's half-time at beautiful Adelaide Oval in the P1 Grand Final. University 11-8 leads Edwardstown 4-5, and we've just witnessed one of the great halves of football in all of University's 90-year history, and certainly one of the greatest quarters of football when they've just kicked in that last quarter 7 goals 5 to just 1 point. They've been absolutely magnificent, and I would describe this lead as absolutely unassailable. unassailable as we look now towards the third quarter with a great deal of confidence. Now, Bonner went off in the ground in the second quarter. He has some strained muscles in his upper leg, but he will continue to play on. I've heard from the club doctors, they've taken off the stethoscopes and have done a great job, and that seems to be working. And we now have to look to the second half of what has been a great year for University, and now a chance to end it with a great grand final win. Down go forward, Lynch hard of the ball. Now gets it out to O'Day, to Muir, Muir to Sibic, Sibic to May. Misses it. Ferre can't keep it in, out of bounds. 45-point lead, 27 seconds third quarter. The premiership quarter, well, it'd be premiership quarter if they can hold this lead to three-quarter time and put the game beyond doubt. They've played great stuff, and here's one of the reasons for that. Grant Miles in ruck, run every tap, except that one. Gets it out, Ferre to Chapman, kicking it in no particular direction. Tampke goes in first, brought to the ground. There'll be a bounce. And an enormous University contingent under the northern end scoreboard, enjoying themselves immensely. Miles wins that one, continues the form up towards centre half forward. Tampke nearly through and did something special. Comes at Edwardstown. Sibic will beat him for speed. In fact, overruns it. He was so quick there. The ball out to Bromelo. On to Mson. Well done. Good play. And Edwardstown will take a kick the front point of the square. Plenty of football left in this game. 45 points. But I'd like to be wearing the black and white at this point. The kick goes towards Foster. McGann got in the way, kind of. Roberts Thompson gets back, does everything right, traps the ball, pushed in the back, legged. The umpire said, I'll take it. And there'll be a bounce.
Bonner not moving very well down there in the back lines. Very proppy, but his presence is worth it out there, I think.
Dr. Rodiger said that the painkiller would have its effect fairly soon. The kick comes back. Miles, the agile one, he's been superb. That second quarter, Miles wasn't that inspired. We caught it at the start of the quarter. We said we were seeing something different and special and unique, and wasn't it the way it turned out, Gordo?
And that's what happens when the big man leads from in front. The rest of the team follow. It's a logical progression.
And silly Rachel, his girlfriend, was saying, talking about retiring after this. I tell you, Milesy, your best of your career's in front of you. Now to Dixon. The chartered accountant gets it out, and it goes over the line. O'Day, who has been instrumental in setting up so many plays, including the one that got the last goal of the first half. In front of the Ken Cowley stand, the handball out. Muir can't trap it. Edwardstown on the run again. They bring it towards full forward, and oh, there's somebody who's got a paddock to work with. McGann must have been, no, not caught out of position. I'm not sure whose man that was.
Well, Dixon's taken the mark.
And the kick here from about 45. Only 3 or 4 steps, none of that plug a locket. And that's a good kick. Concede the kick. Edwardstown a goal. Bonner is in trouble. I think he will concede that he is unable to maybe continue. We'll see. Rodiger is warming up on the bench. Watson not yet seen. Wallow not yet seen. And I suspect we might see Rodiger sent to full back. Let's follow that one. And what happens? He's not going to full back now. He's going to full forward. He's going completely the opposite direction. Miles up. That tap was nullified. Edwardstown kick. Out comes Dixon. Good, strong mark. Very good mark. The man who called this home ground when his days at Sturt seconds has taken a strong mark. He's got Robert Thompson as an option, and he's got Lynch as an option, and he finally picks up Muir as the option he goes for. Preferred option C, as I think the former Prime Minister would refer to it. And the kick from Muir is typically Muir. Bad. And it finds Edwardstown. Foster comes out and will take a free kick.
Edwardstown surging back at the moment, Doug. There's no doubt about this.
Yes, just a little bit of a worrying sign. The traitor kicks a goal. And the margin now just 5 goals, 33 points. Those 2 goals coming in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter. No moves yet on the bench, although Reidiger looks to be taking his jacket off. The tap comes out, gives Roberts-Thompson the best chance of it, gets it out to Chapman, comes back to Chapman, goes back to Roberts-Thompson. We didn't have an easy one to deal with there. There'll be a bounce. Some of the Edwardstown fans didn't see the merit of that decision.
There's just a bit more pressure around the university players at the start of this quarter, and they're not finding that easy handball out of the pack.
I'm sure they'll kick back into action soon. Bromelo has a kick towards Slade and Lynch. Out comes Dixon, scoops it up, might have left it for Civic. Now Bonner against Foster, and this will test Bonner, and it finds him wanting, and there'll be a throw-in. I think that's the end of Bonner. He would not appear to be able to continue, and Foster represents the key strong man that stands in the way of University winning this game. The throw-in. Dixon beaten. Out comes Edwardstown. They're winning more of these 50-50 balls at the moment. Lynch will be beaten for speed here, but he tackles well. Oh, might have been a bit tough.
I think it's a good move, Bonner coming off. I think he could potentially be a liability back there with his lack of recovery.
Well, it's disappointing to see that. Derek Bonner off. Edwardstown kicked their third of the quarter. And we have a game of football in our hands again. Edwardstown a little more desperate around the ball, I think. And I don't think University's sitting back, but I think they'd want to make sure they haven't let this. I don't think the game is won, and playing the easy one at the moment. The second quarter was inspired, but at the moment they've been outplayed in this third. 7 3/4 minutes in, they've kicked 3 goals. Edwardstown. University have hardly gone forward. Muir fighting very hard to get the guys going again. Out to Tamke. Chapman, if you're clear, you've got a chance, son. The kick is a scrubbing one. He was tackled at the end. It falls to Ferguson behind. He might get a free kick. No. That might be holding the ball. It isn't. It might be in the back. That wasn't. Blue Lou might get in the back. That isn't paid. And it's getting very physical. And I'm not sure. Oh, the hairy one. What a silly thing to do. What a silly thing to do to Ferguson. Good, sensible stuff. Now Todd steady the game for the Blacks by kicking this 45 metres out.
Very difficult shot with a bit of breeze coming out.
Yeah, this is the kind of one he missed in the second quarter from the pocket at the other end with the same sort of wind problem. But he kicked well from here earlier. This time the wind doesn't do its stuff. Yes, it does. Bubba Ferguson, that was superb.
And what does that take his season tally to now?
I believe that takes it to 97 for the season.
97 for the season.
And after a disappointing first final, kicked just the one. He was superb last week. Special stuff it was when he kicked 8. Today he's now kicked 6. And that steadied the boat. in stormy seas, it looked like. 12-8-80 University, 7-5-47 Edwardstown's back to 33 points. And we are 9.5 minutes into the third quarter. Miles gets the tap again, the Rover as he now gets back again. May gets the ball, knocks it out towards Roberts Thompson, who was tackled high and takes the free.
Yes.
That was there, wasn't it,
And
Gordon?
all credit to the umpires keeping a very tight rein on any head-high work, and it's very clean. It's a very clean game, courtesy of the umpires.
I was critical of the umpires earlier in the season, but I could not fault them what I've seen in these last 2 weeks. Here comes Pascoe, doesn't mark it. Tampke works hard on the ground. Now the Crown Prosecutor will get the ball and he'll find Ferguson on the lead.
And that was an absolutely perfect lace-out pass from White. He really has got some great touch up there on the half-forward line.
This for 98. And gee, this is the spot Sean Tasker 10 years ago missed the goal in the last quarter. That might have been so very, very important. I put the mockers on him by saying, you've got to kick it, son. And let's see whether Todd Ferguson is made of stronger stuff. Yes!
Oh, that is absolutely straight through the middle. And look at the standing ovation under the scoreboard. It's sensational.
The Blacks steady under the early onslaught, and now coming up to 11 minutes into the third. It's 13-8 University, Edwardstown 7-5, and we are back to a 39-point lead. 98 to Ferguson for the season, 7 today, and we have really got to talk about him as being a very, very special player for University, hopefully for many years to come. Edwardstown clear it away. They're coming up towards their half-forward line. Lynch, superb in the second quarter, is now beating Slater. I'm not sure Slater's carrying an injury. Good, strong tackle, Lynchy. That was what 220 league games was all about. So was that. Well, not quite. He kicks it out on the full and concedes the free. Slade taking his kick. Chapman on the mark. Plays on, Muir comes across him. Dixon brings it down. In goes Katsaris, the star of the second quarter.
Gee,
of many. In goes Rodiger, and there'll be a bounce.
I get the feeling now, Doug, that University have regained that bit of aggression. They've regained that eagerness to get at the ball, which they just lost temporarily after the half-time break. They had some great momentum going just before half-time. They've lost it and they've got it back again. I can feel they've picked it.
Rodiger in his last game for the club thumps it to the boundary line and out of bounds. Out of bounds in front of the Sir Donald Bradman stand, and wouldn't the Don be relishing the chance to have seen this here today? I'm sure he's somewhere looking at this University side strutting their stuff. Katsaris one-on-one with Bromelo. That's how that's worked out. Dixon through the middle, nearly tripped, and finds Miles, who is running like a gazelle. That's a cliche, but here comes Chapman, spears it for the goal square. Ferguson, 99!
Oh, yes! That is brilliant football right from the back lines, and Dixon chancing his arm. The coach at half-time said, you've got to chance the arm, you've got to run off these guys, show them a clean pair of heels, and that's exactly what they've done there. What a brilliant passage of play.
And Miles again, inspired work. I don't think he got a kick last week. He dropped some, he fumbled some, he dropped some on the ground. He got every tap, of course. But this week, not as he got every tap, bar the one I called earlier on, bar that one. He's had kicks and marks, and that long handball set, was it Chapman free? Chapman set up number 99. 99 Luft balloons are going to be flowing for Todd Ferguson after this terrific performance. Miles in the pivot, goes the thump this time. Sibic done great work in there. His extra speed has been very valuable for the Blacks. Roberts Thompson can't pick it up. Now he does. Gee, almost walked away with that one before
Miles
gets
again,
it out.
It's another great handball out of the centre.
He must be on very strong painkillers. The Crown Prosecutor nearly gets a free kick for a good tackle, and the ball will finish out of bounds in front of him.
Oh, he's working very, very hard out there. And Mad Dog Muir, absolutely sensational. I would say that today in this game, he has probably had more handballs than he's had in his entire career. It is absolutely sensational.
And some of them have even hit the spot. Here's the kick towards Pascoe from May. Good bollocking work, Chris Pascoe. Set up this tackle. Nearly a free kick that could have gone University's way. May waits for the tap. It comes down. Dog desperate. Dog through. Dog crunching hard. Now sets up Roberts Thompson for the tackle, but Edwardstown bring it out to the wing and sets this player free, who's got a bit of time to work in. O'Day chases. It goes to McGann. Might have got the free, didn't. Now Rodiger. Good work, Rodiger. To the star of the second quarter, Katsaris. To Lynch, who kicks it a little bit backwards and a little bit behind Rodiger again, who gets it, and now will look wide for Ferray, who beats his player for speed and then watches it go over the line out of bounds. No sign of any use of the other two bench players, Watson and Wallace. That's what happens when you draw names that end of the alphabet, I think. The coach sometimes doesn't get down to you. Ball taken out, the handball out from Roberts Thompson. There'll be another bounce with Katsaris over the ball. 45 points the difference. They've been doubling Edwardstown's score since midway through the second quarter. White might be struggling with that injury. It's not obvious. He's played a terrific game. He's off the field. Wallace is on, and this will be worth watching. Wallow, the pinch hitter, is always fun to be a part of. Now Dog comes through, kicks long. It's Ferguson again on the half volley, gets it out to Pascoe, swings round onto the boot, spears it to the right of the goal post. Oh, I thought the Blue Lou had done something special there and given away in front.
He's gone over the shoulder. But what a great effort from the Blue Lou to get to the football.
Cam Bryson strong and competitive on that half-forward line with some excellent plays. He's done very well. May, good stuff. Milesy gets the tap down. Tamke, the tackle, brings it out. Oh, they're fumbling like the scum at the moment, Edwardstown. It comes out. Katsaris challenges, and they go forward again. Dixon sets himself. You'd think it'd be his. It is.
Great grab.
Plays on a little bit unnecessarily. I think he might have thought that the mark wasn't going to be paid, and in fact kicks it out of bounds on the full. Well, that was a bit disappointing, Dicko, because you set yourself brilliantly for that mark. You took the mark very well and seemed to get fooled by your own brilliance.
Problems?
The kick to the goal square, Rodiger. And Rodiger, terrific utility player, as they used to be called. Gordo, the way he can take on any role on the ground. He's not all that quick, he's not all that big, he's not all that tall, but he does all these things very well, doesn't he? When he especially asks the question.
Oh, and his stretching techniques are absolutely brilliant. I don't know whether you've seen him at work, half-time before the game, absolutely sensational.
Is it a Buick-like with legs everywhere? And
well, I've seen him with both ankles behind his ears, and it's a sight to behold, absolutely.
I see the DPP, Rofi, is on the march down there. He'll be very confident that the Crown Prosecutor will be putting away the rapists and the murderers this week with an extra zeal, because he's heading to have one of his important staff with a premiership medal. Rofi, I don't think he's looking for a taxi at this stage, it'll be early of the day. The kick towards the centre half back. Lynch gets it out to Tamke, to Katsaris. Get rid of it, son. A little bit slow. The Blue Lou, the chance. Good tackle, the Blue Lou. Well, he fell for that one, but it was a good tackle and held the play up. Oh, yeah, slap him on the cheek. Number 11. That's terrific stuff. 44 points the difference. They started the quarter 45 in front. They've recovered the 3 goals Edwardstown kicked at the start. May challenging on the tackle. The kick short. Haven't matched it with University on that game today. Civic stands the mark. A few players in the long sleeve jumper today, but he'll have loved every bit of it. Great to see him do his stuff. Rodiger does his stuff, gets it out to Miles, sets up the hospital handball to Roberts Thompson, to Tamke. He'll go out to the Blue Lou. Cam Bryson gets 15 yards on his opponent. Where was he? Now picks it up again and goes through. Terrific stuff to O'Day following it down. I like the thought of another goal here to Ferguson. No, the player for Edwardstown drops back, who's playing a better quarter this quarter. That's Forbes. goes now out wide, back to the centre of the ground. Katsaris, it's your man to give some work to here. Comes around and kicks down to half-forward line. Out comes Rodiger, playing inspired stuff under this job of being Bonner Mark II. And Katsaris not paid that one.
And all the running is taken it out of the Edwardstown player. He's down with a cramp already.
We're 19 and a half minutes into the third quarter, and we have Edwardstown player down with cramp. And doesn't that say something?
That says that the University Football Club have run Edwardstown ragged to this point.
Edwardstown kicks. Sibic contests brilliantly and takes a fine mark. Good work, Jamie Sibic. Really played a very good last third of the season. Some good finals work, and he's done very well today. He looks short. Now there's some altercation. And we got blood raw. With a blood raw in the hamstring. That's something you don't see too often. Is it going to come back to Sibic? It does. Blood cramp. Medically. Now, speaking of medical things, Gordo, the St Andrews Hospital are awarding a Man of the Match award today. It's the golden stethoscope, and they'll be picking it for the most valuable man on the ground. Any thoughts about that at this stage? I know it's only 20 minutes into the third quarter, but your thoughts on that?
Gee, we've had some valuable contributors today. We've had some great work from the big fellow, Miles High. Done some great work getting first use of the ball. Who could not go past Bubba Ferguson's effort, though? He's shaken a two-man team down in the early part of the game. And what's he kicked now? 7?
8.
I mean, but the delivery down the field. Whitey has put in a fantastic performance early on in the piece. Got the game started. O'Day has been rebounding sensationally.
That was all stuff. Katsaris, the second quarter worth watching.
Actually,
now,
I think
Chapman off.
The consistency of the likes of O'Day and Roberts-Thompson off that half-back line have been instrumental in setting up a lot of the plays today. I do think Roberts-Thompson's done a lot of hard work and got a lot of possessions and set up a lot of football.
Shut up, Gordo. 92-54, back in the centre. Dog through, charging, bullocking, terrific stuff, tackling. Edwardstown get it out. Lynchy showing a tag of speed there. That was worth watching. Comes out to Bromelo. Should have given it off. Didn't. Goes up. And Dixon hits it hard.
Isn't he hitting the ball hard in front?
To McGann. McGann will find Ferray. Ferray has Sibic clear until he did that handball. But McGann had it. And now we'll find Tamke with the handball. He has Watson free. Watson can go to Pascoe. He chips it up, or Ferguson, or neither. Blue Lou, you're in the wrong spot for that one. But here's a chance. And the poor kick. Pascoe get after it. Here's your chance to do something great.
And he's done it.
Nearly tackled. And Milesy will have to hold up the play. Doesn't. Edwardstown clear. Katsaris on Bromelo has blotted him since quarter time. McGann.
Oh yes, enough to
spoilt the mark. And a great tackle from May. Well done, McGann.
Should have been rewarded for that one.
Lynch made the other guy have a look and pivot. Roberts-Thompson trying to be a little bit clever there.
O'Day
and
pressure.
This might be a goal for Edwardstown. 9-6 Edwardstown, 60-92. University 14-8, 32 points, 23 and a quarter minutes, third quarter. Well, you sense that both sides are pretty tired already. I know we've seen the one play with cramp, but...
well, we see Chapman down here getting the legs massaged. He's done a lot of running today, as we've noted.
Out to Muir.
Dog Muir, he's just going from strength to strength.
Nothing would stop Dog. The Berlin Wall wouldn't have stopped him in the old days. Here's Watson nearly through and doing something great. Battles for it, bullocks for it, thumps the opposition for it. And there'd be a bounce. 30 metres out, 25, 30 metres out, University goal. Pascoe does the ruck this time. Looks for Sibic. Sibic on the tackle. Edwardstown clear it out to the wing. It's O'Day. Thumping punch from behind. Good work. Sees it out of bounds. Well done, Adrian O'Day. You have been a star.
Absolutely sensational last week, and he's carried the form on brilliantly to this week. Absolute rock of Gibraltar back there.
Miles against Neagle. It's been a one-way contest all day. Oh, I don't think it is Neagle. He gets one of his few possessions of the afternoon. Edwardstown go forward. Lynch worked his way to the front and did everything superbly, and make sure Slade understands that he, Lynch, takes the mark and did it over the top of Slade for Edwardstown. Now gets it back. Roberts-Thompson out to Lynch. Lynch goes wide, finds Ferray out on the wing.
And gee, isn't Robbie Lynch showing every bit of his experience today?
Ferray sticks the ball 35 metres, his boot 15. Free kick against University, against Pascoe.
Just a touch of youthful exuberance from Pascoe?
Yeah, well, I think it was just a big push. Gordo, as I read it from here, I'm sure the camera saw it. Stab pass, finds Edwardstown. They're going to have to do a lot more than that. To win this game, I think Edwardstown then chip it away. They need some big dynamic play. Now, it looks like Dixon's gone back on Foster. I don't know what's going on down there. It's like question time. Is it question time? What is going on?
He's allowed to be... Roberts-Thompson's within his rights to be with the opposition player. I don't know what Leo's going on about there.
Scuddy kick to full forward. May gets it out. So does McGann, who gets it out into the pocket. Muir on the trot. Looks for Sibic, and Sibic helps ensure the ball goes over the line. Player down. Ferray with his bloody boot. In all my years, Gordo, I never kicked the boot off the foot. What is it about people that can kick their boots off their feet? Don't understand how it comes off. Wow. They're not Raoul Mertens, are they? That they're wearing. Dog courageous over the ball. Ferray, not a good tackle. Roberts-Thompson hustles and bustles them. It goes to full forward. The bounce didn't favour them. McGann might have the run and kicks it towards the boundary line. It'd be opportune if it went out. It doesn't. The short pass out is a poor one from Edwardstown. Rodiger shows all those skills. Good tackle, Katsaris, but the ball comes out. Lynch harasses.
Wow, plenty of pressure.
McGann, you got to go at the ball full on, son. This game has a lot of football left out of bounds on the full.
And Foster's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
27.25 minutes, third quarter, 92-60, University by 32. It's 14-8 to 9-6. And they went into this quarter leading by 45. They'd have to be happy that the 32-point margin has lasted to this point. Now we have a player down. Looks like one of ours. Is it?
It's a stretcher.
It is one of ours.
Is it Rodiger?
No. No, is it?
No.
It might be Rodiger. Like 3 or 4 minutes? 3 or 4 minutes?
It's not good.
Well, no one likes to see this. And I'm pretty sure that is Rodiger. I think they're going to take him straight to the bench. I don't know what's happened there. One would suspect we're not going to see him again on the field today, but Anthony Rodiger has been a wonderful player for the club in the last 3 years, coming from Saints Old Scholars. He's going to Melbourne next year to work. We're going to miss him greatly around the club as well as on the field. This is no way, of course, to end a career for the club like this, but hopefully the premiership will be his. Anthony Rodiger, thanks for a terrific time at the club, and we'll see you after the game. 30 minutes in. Dixon will kick out from the back pocket. The chanting starting to fire up under the hill. Miles goes up, doesn't get the mark. It hits the ground, out.
Rodigan.
To Katsaris, who handballs onto O'Day, who gives it back to Katsaris, who's going to come one looking for McGann. I suspect they put White back in that back pocket and brought McGann up onto the wing or similar. And there'll be another throw in. Muir, this might be yours.
He's been called in by the big man and does well.
Back towards the boundary line. Foray, come on, get that tackle, son. Roberts-Thompson was sucked into the free and conceded it. Now the coach on the move there, I'm not sure what all that's about. Probably to find out the condition of Rodiger. Civic all over the Edwardstown players back, then backles up for the tackle. Good work, Jamie Civic. Yeah, and I wonder he's a bit angry with you because you just did a great piece of football. Hard, disciplined stuff, the stuff that Coach McAvoy has brought to the club this year. Stuff that has really made the difference between being a good side and a great side.
And isn't this sort of approach to football frustrating Edwardstown completely today?
It comes out, Edwardstown a chance here, and they kick another goal. And so it's 14 goals to 10, 26 points the margin, 32 minutes into the third quarter.
Down the ground, so.
Back in the centre, Miles and Eagle. Miles superb. Doesn't get that one. Edwardstown get it free. Out comes McGann and will find Ferray. Granger's got a paddock to work in. Chips it away and finds White. Nearly now does it. Back it comes. White, good smother on the handball. And in again. Well played. Backman stuff in the forwards. Tamke keeps it in, then finds May. That was what hard work is all about, getting those half balls like that. It goes to full forward. Pascoe on the tackle. And again, that time by Wallace. It comes out to May. Blue Lou didn't want that one. There'll be a bounce. 33.5 minutes. We lost 2 or 3 minutes there with the unfortunate injury to Rodiger. 26 points the margin. Edwardstown have kicked 6 goals this quarter. University 2, 3, 3. Ball comes out. Dog goes after it. Held to him. Bounce. Ray Ashwood, ring the siren wherever you want, son. It's not going to bother us. Pascoe tries something Barishnikov-like, gets it out to Edwardstown. May on the gallop after him. Critical play here. Looked like O'Day has been held. He gets it out to Roberts-Thompson. The handball back across to Katsaris was good. He will spear the pass for Ferguson, but the Edwardstown player drops across. Are they off? Did he play on? No. Still 26 points, now 34.5 minutes into the third quarter. The up and under kick. Who does it favour? Edwardstown get it. Come through. Well, Dixon goes the thump. Comes down. And here's trouble if this goes through. It does.
It's given them a sniff. It's given them a sniff. Uni must
played here at three-quarter time. University 14-8, Edwardstown 11-6. It's 92 to 72. And so it comes down to this, the last 25 minutes of football, the last half an hour of drama for the 1996 season. University go into it 14-8 to 11-6, 20 points in front. They are kicking with probably a freshening breeze that appears to be heading more down the ground than across it than ever before today. But Edwardstown kicks 7 in the last quarter, and it is going to be a great finish. Katsaris gets it away. Bryson not sighted in the third quarter. Tamke misses it. Good tackle, Bryson. The ball comes out. Katsaris, a bit unlucky, is penalised. Away they come. Edwardstown looking a lot better across that centre and through the centre in that third quarter, especially the second half of it. And worrying signs. Foray back, now kicks long. And out looking for Wallace, who really hasn't had a possession yet. On since midway through that third quarter. Keep at it, Wallow. The handball to no one in particular. If this goes out of bounds, it'll be the best thing for Edwardstown, and it does. And it is still 20 points the difference. This will be a very long quarter for every University supporter, no matter what happens. The kick comes out, finds Roberts Thompson. Don't realise the ball had gone 10. Muir now gets it out. Foray, Granger, do your stuff. Inside, back to Muir. Chips the pass out, looks for Wallace, finds him. Beats your man, Wallow, well done. Spears the pass, Ferguson. Yes, free kick. This for 100. This for 100 for the season. Not that anyone gives a tinker's cuss, because all that matters now is the premiership. And this would go a long way to putting it a little closer. He has not kicked well from that pocket or that quadrant of the oval today. And we'd be very happy if he made amends for all those misses here. Ferguson, 30 yards out. Rams it.
That's a great goal.
100 for Todd Ferguson for the year. 9 goals today. And a terrific performance. University back 4 and a bit goals, 15-8 to 11 goals, 6. Gordo.
Well, you know, the boys are getting some confidence up. The Bob Neal banner is being paraded around the outer, and it's just whipping that crowd up into a frenzy over there underneath the grandstand, the scoreboard.
Back in the centre, Miles the tap again. Superb all day. Now Roberts Thompson spears it out. Who's he looking for? The Crown Prosecutor can't get it. This is Ferguson. He gets it back now. Blue Lou, something special. Looks for May, doesn't find him. Not a bad mark from the Edwardstown back pocket. Gee, Cam, you could have almost kicked that. We wouldn't have minded if you'd had a shot at that point. The kick comes out. Now it's in a half-back. Edwardstown in possession. Roberts Thompson can't get it. No, beats them all. Muir through, tackles it out. Oh, good stuff. Now Honda Civic. Show us your speed. And couldn't there. Picked up by Tamke. Muir, long thumping kick to the goal square. Ferguson tackled by 2. May to mop up. Something special, Josh, would be very well received.
Oh, and he's kicked it!
He's done it!
Kicked it! The check cider from nowhere!
Something special was received. Beautiful stuff, Josh May. You've been a star out there today. And 32 points.
And the captain, there he was, bursting through in the middle, and doesn't he inspire that black side?
And let's not forget that it's also Doug Muir's last game for the club, at least for a year. He's off to Toronto on Wednesday. He has led the club superbly all season and for many years, but today he has shown, and last week, what a fantastic player he has been. Everything at the ball, and he's been magnificent in what probably is now almost certainly a winning side. Dixon does his stuff. He'll look for the boundary line and butters up again, then does the tackle, then picks up the ball. One of the great plays of the day. to Chapman, who goes out to the wing. Here's the miracle worker, Josh May, who kicks the ball round his corner and will find Pascoe, who plays for the free kick and is probably going to be pinged for holding the ball.
Wasn't that a brilliant little kick around the corner from
do that,
May? How did he defied gravity there to get that around the corner?
Defied physics.
Defied everything.
Get Einstein back, because he needs to be able to say there's a theory under stress after watching what Josh May did. Edwardstown have it in the centre. Miles roaming around, nearly dog a great tackle. Miles harasses. He keeps at him, and that caused the problem. Lynch gets it out to McGann. The first to give was good. Back to Miles. I wouldn't have done that one. Back to Muir. Muir goes wide to the half-forward flank. Here's May and Blue Lou. Together, this is a winning combination. Ram it, Lou. He doesn't.
Oh, he's jagged it.
But a free kick down the field. Back to the Blue Lou.
Well, that's a lack of discipline from Edwardstown there. That wasn't necessary. He'd missed the goal, and he's just clumsily fallen on his back.
Now, Cam Bryson has treated the crowd this season to various hairdos. We had the all blonde look last week. We had a little bit of Dennis Rodman earlier in the season. We've had variations on the theme, but one variation we've not had all year is nothing other than 100% effort. And Cam Bryson, you are a star.
He's picked a great one.
Six goals, 38 points the lead, 6 1/4 minutes last quarter, and Anthony Rodiger being brought back along the boundary line. It looks like it was a collarbone or an arm. That seemed to be what he was holding when he left the arena. But he has a smile on his face. He's obviously in good spirits. And what a fine game he played, and holding up Edwardstown during that third quarter when Bonner couldn't continue. You've been a star, Anthony Rodiger. Here's another one. It's Grant Miles gets it down. It's going to be another wave of goals. I'm feeling it, Gordo. Tamkey to May.
And May, he can kick a ball a prodigious distance. He'll get this to the goal square if he gives it a go.
He squares it looking for the Blue Lou, who slips on his own seat, I think, there. It comes out, and well played, Cam Bryson, forces it out.
He's just going and going, Cam Bryson, as are the Blacks to a man. They're pushing on in this last quarter. There's no doubt about it.
The chant is up. The legend is being hailed. Kick in the face for Pascoe. It is going to go which way? He got it for that. Gee, that was a wonderful piece of acting from Chris Pascoe. You can give up holding it now, Chris. There's no need. He got the free. Paid about 12 seconds after the actual incident. Winners wear black, Gordo.
Indeed. Indeed they do.
World's greatest football club wears black. It's about to bring up its first premiership in
Lenny,
10 years.
You rammed that right into the Don Radman stand.
That was very ordinary, Lenny Pascoe. Really very ordinary stuff.
Perhaps Dougie really did take one on the beak.
Just might have, but I didn't see it. Edwardstown to clear. We are 8 1/4 minutes into the last quarter. Pascoe will have another go. Does his best, and will he pick up a 25-metre penalty? No, he might have done it. The umpire showing some wear and tear now. Pascoe kicks a lot better this time, looking for Ferguson. Won't find him, the ball out of bounds.
Gee, the way Pascoe's flying for the ball and putting his leg into those kicks, there's no sign of any twinge to that hamstring.
No, the multiple therapists that have been looking at him during the year, last few weeks, physio, mental, diet, iridologist, they've all done a wonderful job for Lenny Pascoe. He breaks the tackle, he straightens the ball and kicks it out of bounds on the full again.
An interesting aside, Lenny told me during the week that he was applying some aromatherapy to get him up to peak condition for this week. He was trying some sandalwood, I think, during the week and lying back there with the scented oils. And look what it's done for him. I think it's absolutely amazing the effect it's had on the boy.
All sorts of herbs and ointments gone into Pascoe's legs. About $95,000 worth of treatment, I believe. which the university's going to kindly pick up. Here's Ferret. Granger, not a bad game today. He goes across the field to the wonderful Josh May, who when he does stuff, it's very special. A little bit of foxing there to give himself some time and some space. Kicks from 50 yards right to the goal square and kicks it through. He foxed the ball behind him, turned around onto the right foot, and from 50 metres, kicks a peach.
And can't he thump the ball for such a slight individual? He can really thump the ball. It's a pleasure to watch.
Gordo, let's take a look at the score. 18-8. What a great scoreline that is. 18-8 to 11-6. It's 44 points the difference. That's the margin they led at half-time, give or take 1 or 2. That was the margin they led halfway through the third quarter and gave back. But they've kicked 4 goals to nothing in this last. We are now 10 minutes into the last quarter. Great smother, Roberts-Thompson. You've been great all day.
He has played a sensational game.
Here's Cam Bryson, strong at the ball. Katsara's a good possession.
Balance.
Tamke inside, kicks to centre-half forward where Ferguson is on the long lead. He might well be in line for the golden stethoscope today from St Andrew's Hospital. He'll get the free kick here, and will he get some extra yardage? No. 9 goals to bring up his 100 for the season. Ferguson now has the chance to kick from about 55. This hasn't, as I said earlier, been his great pocket, a great part of the ground with the wind blowing. But Gordo, you look at those flags now. The Bob Neal flags are blowing almost straight down the ground.
And we just noticed an interesting sentimental touch there from the coach. He's just gone down to see Anthony Rodica and planted a kiss on his cheek, saying, "Thank you for a job well done today, Anthony Rodica."
And Ferguson missed it well wide. And let's talk about the coaches and the coaches, really, because McAvoy and Anir have been terrific. Bullwinkle and the Unabomber, they've brought something special to the club this year. And a couple of players, but a new attitude that's really made the difference of being a side that finishes 4th and a side that is going to win the A1 Premiership or the P1 Premiership. It goes out to Tamke, finds the Crown Prosecutor with a free.
And isn't this an amazing turnaround from an injured Ian White last week with a calf the size of a balloon to moving fluently in the forward line and having contributed so much to our forward setup?
He kicked 3 by halfway through the second quarter in one of the biggest surprises of the final. And now he goes for 4, misses it, through for a behind. 18-10 to 11-6. And that is 46 points. The biggest lead of the day. And T-shirt Bryson's call of 57, Gordo, might be spot on here. I said it was conservative the way things were going that second quarter.
But that's what grand finals are all about. Edwardstown have dug deep and tried to claw back.
But that second quarter wasn't that something. The ball comes out now. Edwardstown running free. The game, very little interest in it. The spark's gone out of it, out of bounds on the full. The pressure across that half-back line of universities has been great.
It's been intense,
but it's been matched by what the pressure has been across our own half-forward line. There have not been easy possessions, and after quarter time, they've really dominated all over the field. Mark to Pascoe, but he's been pinged again for the push. Oh, you big teddy bear. You big teddy bear, number 11 for Edwardstown. Forbes, I mean, that is just very, very soft. Take a good look at the scoreboard, son. Take a good look at yourself in the room of mirrors. It's been a disappointing afternoon for you. May will run this boy down. He nearly did before the kick got off. Dixon nearly best of field for what he's done in defence. And when it's been under pressure all day, Roberts-Thompson a bit high on the tackle, has conceded the free. But Dixon, because he's had 3 or 4 rolls that day, he had trouble with Lynch was in trouble earlier on Slade, when Bonner was in trouble on Foster. Dicko's gone down there and filled a lot of holes. He had a job on Bromelo earlier in the game when he was in doing great things. Dicko, terrific effort after his terrific best of field performance last week in the prelim. May does another piece of pirouetting magic. The Baryshnikov of University gets it out. Pascoe fumbles and mumbles it and then does something special. Kicks it long to centre-half forward where the Crown Prosecutor sits down waiting for Ferguson to come through. The barman par excellence butters up again. It comes out to the wing. Edwardstown, no easy possessions for a long while.
And gee, it was like the pressure from the Blacks was ferocious coming out of there.
Edwardstown go forward, the kick poor. Haven't we seen very little of Foster since quarter time? And finally, the ball is put through for a goal. 12-6 Edwardstown, University 18-10. It's 118 to 78, still 40 points. And we are nearly up to 15 minutes last quarter.
We've got some cramp. There's a player down with cramp in the pocket. I think it might be Civic. He's absolutely run himself ragged today. Watson, I think, warming up on the bench. I think he'll be taking his place by the looks of it. No, White's coming off.
Well played, Ian White. Terrific game.
Ian White.
Worth going through the trauma of the week for that, no question. Back in the centre, T-shirt Bryson, welcome back. We're looking at history being made here. Not only is this a university premiership in the 90th year, not only is this a premiership 10 years after the last, but it might be the last premiership, last amateur league premiership ever. What are your thoughts at this stage?
Indeed, Peter, I think the margin is too large for Edwardstown to come back. I think the victory is there for Blacks. I never like to call it too early, but I think things are looking very, very good.
It was the last time we called it, I think.
10 years on, great to see another uni premiership. Edwardstown perhaps picking up a couple of morale boosters here towards the end, but they're certainly not coming easy for Edwardstown. Bit of a snap, kick through the pack, might bounce through, bit of lucky stuff, and there's a goal for Edwardstown. That's their 12th on the board, or is that their 13th? 13th it is. Take them up to 86 points. Still a long way from troubling the Blacks. But we don't want to kick too many more with only half of the quarter gone.
Now, he must have had a lump on the throat, a tear in the eye when overhead Cam Blue Lou kicked that goal. That was lovely stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely stuff. Funny thing was I had a tear in the throat and a lump in the eye. I don't know quite how that worked, but it was great.
Well, that's what happens when you sit next to Boz when he's eating a schnitzel. You tend to get the lump comes out of the mouth and hits you square in the eye. Back in the centre of the ground, out comes Edwardstown. Dog! Superb. Out comes Lynch. O'Day, superb. Another one of his great plays. Two bounces, checks the options, then takes none of them. Watson, Edwardstown get it back again. And it comes out to the half-forward line. The spearing pass, too far. Chappie, do something great. Honda Civic cramped. The cramping Honda Civic. And wouldn't you mind getting behind the wheel of Honda Civic today? Wasn't he superb with some of those runs? He's really done a great job of the last third of the season. T-shirt, do you agree with me with that, or do you think I'm talking crap?
I'll have to agree with you there, Peter. I think he's done a wonderful job, Honda Civic. A little bit unusual to see him in the back lines, but there have been a few unusual moves today out there, and they've obviously paid off because the scoreboard reads we're in front by a reasonable margin. Out of bounds again in the forward pocket for Edwardstown. The uni crowd just quiet, just waiting. Everybody poised to leap the boundary and run across the field a la Shield final into the forward lines for the Blacks. Well done, Dicko. Once again, spoiling the ball. Rushed over the boundary line again. 1 point. Edwardstown need goals. And points is just not going to be able to make up the margin for them. Giving it to Dicko to kick in. He's been pinpoint accurate all day. Let's see if he can do it again. Leads put on by Chalky. The option's not taken. Looking out wide to Will Chapman, though. The ball comes in the direction of Chalky in the end. O'Day it is. The chip's over. McGann, no, it's not. It's to Katsaris. Katsaris dives on the ground. And cramp it is. That's good. Lose a bit of time, Katsaris. Good thinking. One of those effective playmakers today. Certainly not glamorous, but highly effective indeed. Ball comes off to McGann. The herbivore in the back pocket with Whitey up, goal sneak in the forward pocket. Highly unorthodox, but there's a lovely pinpoint just to show how effective it's been. Swaya Lynch's is still deep in defence, off to Dog. This will be fantastic for Mad Dog Muir. Great club man. 10 years at the club. Start of the year after the last premiership and heading overseas in a few days' time. Be great to see him win a premiership. Milesy, here he is, the vice captain. the big man in the back pocket. He's the master of the short pass indeed. Watch this. There it is, the daisy cutter. Up the wing it goes. It's all Edwardstown, but none of them can take a mark. Kurt Roberts-Thompson's been great around the packs and bust through, unable to get the ball out. They're trying a bit of strong arm work. They're going backwards though. Edwardstown are losing ground. The chip comes up. Here is Lynchy, and he's so strong. It always looked like his. McGann it is. McGann on the right boot, good kick, probing deep in the forward lines. Cam Bryson there underneath, loses his footing at the last moment, puts on a good tackle, but it's unable to stop the Edwardstown player from getting away with it. The chip comes out along the boundary line, and Edwardstown in possession with the captain, Mad Carl Muir. Into the centre half forward position. Lynch again in front. He's so strong. He's so powerful. He's just been fantastic in defence. He hasn't given a thing up. Called to play on by the umpire, but he's got the presence of mind to quickly whip it out wide to Milesy. Elusive and exclusive. A Grant Miles making space along the defensive line for the Blacks. Good solid kick right up the boundary line. A great mark there by Lenny Pascoe. Not paid by Leo. Throw it in, he says. Just into the attacking half of the Adelaide University Football Club. At the moment, they lead by 32 points. Which, I don't know, Gordo, but do you think that's enough?
Oh, I think they're there. I think the boys are really pushing on, though. There's a lot of intensity out there still in the game. There's a lot of guys that are almost pushing to the point of cramping, but not Dog Muir. Look at him run out of the centre there, and the captain has kicked a sensational goal from 55 metres out. He has just bullocked his way through, and that is a sensational goal. And that is the 19th goal for University, and they now lead 19 goals 10 to 13 goals 7. And T-shirt Bryson, I think they're there.
Well, how fitting it is that Andrew Muir kicks the goal that I think might have been the absolute nail in the coffin for Edwardstown. Adelaide University highly deserved of this victory. I've tried very hard all year. Out of the centre it is. Dog it is, kicking the ball into the forward lines. Edwardstown, though, clearing it up. They've been messy. There just hasn't been anything too clinical about Edwardstown all day. They haven't quite had it right, or maybe it's just, oh, there's a good strong tackle. Holding the ball goes up in the crowd, not called. Will Chapman comes out with it onto Andrew Watson with a clever little chip over it is to Shane McGann, who plays in front as Uni has all day. The Edwardstown supporters been whinging about not receiving free kicks. Well, if you play in front, you receive the free kicks. Uni's showing that today. Playing in front, they've been first to the ball. And well up into the forward lines it is. Pascoe's made a great return from injury. It's just great to see him. He's put in a good effort over the last 8 or 9 weeks with a hamstring injury. And he's certainly proved everybody correct today in having faith in him. With some good, strong work around the forward lines. Edwardstown, though, must be said, have been good, strong opponents in this final series. It's been a strong, fair game. No Biff, no How's Your Father, no Donnie Brooks. Oh, and it's another good, strong mark. Lenny Pascoe, is it? I think it might be. All done, son. All that work at Weller Balsam, Schwarzkopf, Achiro Teferna, it's all paid off.
Scoreboard shot of T-shirt and
Close to the man on the mark, even the forward lines. And Bubba Ferguson, who has kicked his 100th goal for the season, and for my mind has probably been best on ground. When you have a full forward in a grand final kicking 9 goals, or has he kicked 10 goals, Gordo? I don't know, but it really has been. I mean, it's just sensational when you've got a spearhead giving you all those opportunities. It's very, very hard to lose a game. So really coming to the dying minutes. 24 minutes gone in the grand final. Adelaide University leading by 38 points it is. Bubba Ferguson now here. Chance for another. Oh, he's strong, physical, chasing, doing some good stuff up in the forward lines. It's a lot of marvellous efforts out there by the Uni team. Noddy Gogol up there on the camera. He's been working hard, and you, the viewer, you be the judge. You decide. Has he done well? Or has he completely stuffed up all the zoom-ins? For yes, ring 005 130, 130. There it is, another mark in the forward lines. Lenny Pascoe, I think it is. Hasn't got the most accurate kick for goal, but there's something about him today. He's been inspired. He's been struck by, I don't know, by lightning. If it's not lightning, it's something that's very similar to lightning, and it's caused him to kick a lot of goals. Do you back him, Gordo? Do you back him here?
Well, I'd give Lenny, I'd back him from here. He's not going to give us a... He's not going to...
Clever, Lenny, clever, clever.
No doubt about Lenny. When he's in two minds, isn't he?
You can say what you want about Lenny, but he's often in two minds.
And he's given Ian White the chance to kick another goal. And isn't that sensational to see him up there on the forward lines, Tim?
Yeah, it is. It is. But he said, look, I don't want to kick another goal. Let's just give it to someone else and lose another 10 metres and put ourselves on a worse angle.
Oh, come on, University. What are you doing? Playing keepers off already? Come on, there's still 5 minutes to go.
Oh, he's out and free. Andrew Watson, he's quiet, he's blonde, he comes off the bench and he injects something that amounts to a sort of a fervour. I'd say it's a fervour.
It's a fervour. There's no doubt about it. He just injects a little bit of muscle off the bench, and he's a man that's not suffering from the cramp because he hasn't done that much running.
Mental cramp, maybe. It's been tough on the bench, and there's the goal. Obviously not too much mental cramp for Watson. Fantastic effort indeed. Well, the score, Gordo.
The great thing to see is that everyone's getting a piece of the action. Watto there kicking a goal. That takes the scoreboard up to 20 goals 10 for University to Edwardstown's 13 goals 7. We can hear the chant building up in the background. The boys are absolutely on fire, both on and off the ground. There's no doubt about that. There's going to be a big celebration back at the Havelock tonight. We see the Unibobber making moves down to the boundary line. We've got all the coaching staff gathering down there now, congratulating themselves. Game well and truly in their keeping, and Uni just toughing it out right to the end. A very, very happy group, and well they might be. And Edwardstown come out aggressively, but it's all too late. And Dicko once again getting in front. No, is that out of bounds on the full, Tim? No. Throw it in. Another Edwardstown player down with a cramp. There's a lot of cramp happening out there. Both sides have run very hard at the football all day, and all credit to them because it's been a game of football at the ball, not at the man, and the umpires have done a great job keeping it clean, playing the man in front, and they've done a very good job today. All credit to them. And you can see there's scenes of jubilation down there on the bench. Bonds is raising the hands above his head. It's great to see, no doubt about it. Absolutely reveling in it, and it's quite fitting that Dicko's just taking the ball out. O'Day been very steady, been very good off the half-back line. Will Chapman just taking it easy, bringing it out wide to Miles High, who lifted the side in that second quarter. He got some very important touches and just played the game like a rover. Over to Ian White under a fitness cloud during the week. Absolutely sensational recovery to come on, kick a couple of pretty important goals and set things up across half forward. Simon Tampons Tamke got possession now, absolutely solid as a rock as always, providing plenty of run for the side and passing beautifully. Down he goes to Lenny Pascoe, but he's nowhere near it. He's about 7 deep. Come on, fellas, let's just run it out. No more goals to Edwardstown, but Edwardstown are away. They move forward to centre half, right on the 50-metre line. Ferre tackles high. No, he's given one away. Ferre, that was too high. He was on his knees, but you've got to be careful. But it's all over here. Edwardstown's got possession. Centre half forward. He's going to give it a roost. He's gone the big torp. Got Dicko underneath it. No, Edwardstown pick up the crumbs. 1 point only. Takes the scoreboard. University 20 goals 10. Edwardstown 13 goals 10. That's pretty comprehensive, T-shirts.
Yes, it is, Gordo. It's just great to see. It's just great to see.
You sound very hoarse. I think you've just about yelled yourself hoarse. You've got very emotional today. It's one of those sort of emotional days, isn't it?
It is. Charged with emotion, Gordo. Absolutely supercharged with emotion.
And there he is, the captain is chipped in, taking a great mark. Hands off to O'Day. O'Day running down onto the wing, kicking to Pascoe. Takes it safely on his chest. Hands off to White on the wing. Inside to O'Day with a handball. All tackled solidly, and that's holding the ball, O'Day. Much to the hoots of the university crowd, who've now moved en masse in front of us. Kurt Roberts-Thompson just driving out of that half-back line as he's done all day. Wallow, opportunist, kicks around the corner. Bubba Ferguson on the lead, has taken a great grab yet again. Bubba, what a sensational game, has overcome the fact he was tagged with several players early in the piece, and now he's just leading the Edwardstown back line a merry dance, ably assisted by the leading, the moving, the agility of Lenny Pascoe, which has taken a little bit of the focus away from Bubba. But hats off to Bubba. He's lining up for, is it number 10 or is it number 11? It's a great kick from the pocket. He punches the air, and well he might, and the boys all gather. It's a real celebration here. The guys are just capping it off superbly. Listen to that chant go up. It can't be much longer. We've gone 31 minutes into this quarter. The umpire's settling in to ball up, and I'd say it won't go much beyond this ball up. Miles high, up again, gets the tap down to Tamke's, missed it. Ferray fumbling, Edwardstown in possession. Ferray in again, Civic stacks on. The umpire says, give it to me. Well, there can't be much time now. There's a great sense of anticipation. The uni boys are waiting to storm that pitch. Ball up again, Miles high, thumps it, but no further than Edwardstown. Edwardstown handballing clear, running in, out of the square. Kick into centre half forward. Dixon spoils from behind. Edwardstown running forward, turn around the body, handball, tackle from behind by Uni, dispossess. Kurt Roberts-Thompson off to Mad Dog Muir. He handballs out wide to Dixon. Dixon picks up back to Muir. Muir handballing into the centre to Honda Civic. Honda Civic cleverly outside, out wide to White. White chips, and he's hit the Ken Cowley stand on the full, and that means it's out of bounds on the full. Edwardstown in possession. University still heaps of pressure, and all credit to the back line. They have played brilliantly today. They are fighting it right out to the end. Swayer, Lynch handballing wide. McGann, Honda Civic, back to McGann. McGann switches direction, comes out to this side of the grandstand side. Tamke takes the ball, kicks long, and Cam Bryson's got all over the back of his Edwardstown opponent out here on the wing. But it doesn't really matter. Edwardstown pokes it up forward and hoping. Will Chapman, too strong, too big, over the top. Simon Tamke absolutely cramping up, just about finished. Passes off to Watson in the sandwich aisle, but very strong. Great finishing. Oh, he's off. He's played on. Watto kicks it long. Lenny Pascoe high. Oh, can't quite hold it, but he's back in again. Cam Bryson. Edwardstown all over the ball. Dog Muir. Oh, kick it. Dog Muir down to Puppy Dog May. Sensational. And he's sitting 35 metres out directly in front of goal, and this would be a nice one to just cap the day off Puppy Dog May. The Dog Muir, sensational little pass out. Ram this goal home, Puppy Dog May. There it is. There's a siren. I think he's missed this one to the left. He has, but it doesn't matter. It's all over. Scenes of jubilation here. Crowds running onto the pitch. It's absolutely fabulous stuff. It was well known from the middle of the quarter that the boys were going to win this one, but what a win. And the uni flag gets carried around. The Bob Neal banners are starting to race out to the pitch. It's great scenes. The president out there John Homburg, a happy man. He's out there been running for 10 years since the last premiership. Absolutely sensational to see. They're the umpires leaving the arena. They've done a great job today, but no one's too worried about them. Not when you've got the victorious University Football Club celebrating in the middle of the pitch. What an absolutely sensational day. Final scores today. University 21 goals, 11 points to Edwardstown 13 goals, 9. That is a fantastic scene here at University, at beautiful Adelaide Oval. And look at the crowd, and we'll just savour this moment for a little bit longer. Our thanks today to cameraman Daryl Gogol, who's done a fantastic job up there all day, absolutely unaided. I think he's had one Coke for the day, but that's a fabulous effort, and it's just great to see these scenes of jubilation now. The Blacks with 2 flags in season 96. The A4 reserves won last week, and now just to cap it all off, the University side, the only truly amateur side in the amateur competition as we know it in 96, having defeated Edwardstown. Those final scores once again: University 21 goals 12 to Edwardstown's 13 goals 9.
Thank you and goodbye. Yes, and a terrific win. Coach McAvoy, a lot of support to get him up that high, but they've done it there, and of course they would after an adrenaline-filled day. Goal kickers for the Blacks in that game: Ferguson 10, White in the unaccustomed roll-up forward kicked 3, Blulu Bryson and Josh May 2 each, and then Katsaris, Muir, Pascoe and Watson all kicked singles. And the best players rated on the day: Todd Ferguson at full forward. He finished up winning the Tony Brown Memorial for the best individual performance of the year for that, and also his performance in the preliminary final. Mad Dog Muir in the pivot, along with Grant Miles in ruck, Josh May on the half-forward flank, Dixon in the back lines, Kurt Robert Thompson, terrific game also on the pivot, Jamie Civic on one half-back flank, and Adrian O'Day on the other completed a match-winning combination. Some of the players there milling with many of the great number of supporters who came along to the game, including Martin Bryant, of all people, making it just out on parole between hearings there. Jamie Restus. Stars of the day. Miles high. And let's go now to the presentations for the grand final win at Adelaide Oval.
7, Deputy Vice Captain Simon Tamke. Number 11, Kurt Roberts Thompson. Number 12, Will Granger. Number 14, Josh May. Number 15, Chris Pascoe. Number 20, Scott McGann. So I used his father's name, you forgive me for that, save again. 21, Cam Bryce.
Who's his
Hyde Hacker. 22, Simon Dixon. Number 24, Derek Bonner. Number 25, Adrian O'Day. Number 29, if he's there, Anthony Rodiger. Number 32, Ian White. Number 33, Jamie Civic. Number 39, Mark Wallace. Number 40, Andrew Watson. Number 42, Robbie Lynch. And number 5, Captain Andrew Dogmuir. And last but not least, dual coaches Terry McAvoy and Noel Anea. And seeing we've got plenty of medals, we better give one to the old Chrome Dome burger, John. Come on, Burger, you've got a bit left. Diet Blue Burger.
Sort of this is a feeling I'm getting quite used to, but Thanks for Terry and Docs coming in and saying a word, and I must agree on what they said. You know, the two best sides did play, and as Doc said, the game was played in the right spirit. I always believe as a coach, hardness is getting the ball. Hardness isn't some of the hits behind play and things like that, and the game was played in that spirit. You blokes were a much harder side than us on the day. Your skill level was outstanding. And we've had some good battles over the year, and well, let's just hope that starts tradition that may go on for a lot of years. And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
On behalf of the players, well done to you blokes. I think your coach mentioned that round 4 clash we had back early in the year, and that really got us going. I said that day to a few of the boys that was one of the best performances I've ever seen from a footy team, and it ended up too good today as well. But back then you got us back on track, and thanks for that. And we'll see you next year.
That's great. Thank you.
Just listen up to me. I told you in February, the middle of February this year, this would happen. Did I not? Yeah!
Not bad. Not just a pretty face.
Your win, Terry. Your win, mate.
What are the costs, mate? Just listen to this. Listen to this for a minute. There's two things that have come out of this. One is, today was a realisation of the fact that you are a fucking hell of a footy side. I've been telling you that all year. A sensational footy side. The second part about it is, I've never been as proud as a group of people as what I am now. The way we dug in, the way we worked and never stopped working was absolutely sensational. Now, third and final call here. Believe me, in 10 years' time, we will do exactly the same thing as the 86 Premiership side did at the German club. We'll sit down and we'll have a few beers, and you will never ever forget this night, believe me, and you'll never forget the achievement you've made over 9 months of hard work. And I don't care what anyone says, the bottom line was, 2/3 of the way through the season last year, I knew what was here. I knew what was here then, and I knew right from the start of this season what was here. And Sleepy and I, in all fairness, haven't really done a lot. It's been a group of probably 35 players that have played A-grade this year that have listened, put their hands up and achieved something. You should be damn proud of your efforts and totally commended for what you've done and the way you've been prepared to listen and play the game you were asked to play. I have nothing but absolute pride and admiration for you. Well done.
I want to thank, on behalf of the club, there's been many more supporters, obviously, who were here earlier today, but thank you all very much for coming. This is the best, biggest crowd I've ever seen at a university in 15 years. Thank you for that. There are some people here today. You're all welcome back to the Hat Block, obviously, tonight. Gentlemen, there is, of course, training tomorrow morning at 9:30. But there are some people who probably won't come back. For whom, as I mentioned a few weeks ago, this premiership means a terrific amount. Mr. Wilson, who is still here, in the felt hat there, and there are others, Kev and so forth. You know, I'm sure I speak for the players when I say this premiership is for your support over the years. And I want to finish off by saying that I want to thank, as we will later on, of course, the coaches, Terry and Noel, for what they've brought to the club this year. Not just the success, but what they've done for these guys, for these 21 and more players who have done so much and improved so much as individuals and as footballers this year. Coaches, thank you again.
And the supporters of the Blacks. It's a fabulous feeling to win the premiership.
I love you, Tom. It's been a long time coming. Come on. And I want to thank you all very much. I'd like to thank the support of my wife, Jenny. All the players. We've done it very hard this year, and we've actually showed that fucking money can't buy a side. It's hard work, and we've put it in this year, and we deserve it. Thank you.